All right, greetings everyone. Hope all of you are having an absolutely fantastic day. Merry Christmas, everybody. My day has been beautiful. I got no complaints whatsoever. Hope all of you can say the same. Halsey, what's going on? Poppy, Vicar, appreciate you signing up as a member. Merry Christmas, everybody. What's up, Malthus, Conchu? Greg, what's good, man? Merry Christmas to you as well, brother. Merry Christmas to you as well. What's up, Baras? What up, Dapper? This is OG DOS 1. I'm going to go back and play through both games. What's up, Deacon? Yeah, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to make it today, but wife is snuggled up on the couch. She's good. Daughter is asleep. My Christmas is part with them is done, so I got a little bit of time for y'all. Wine Guide, Randall, Valdrin, what's good? What's going on, everybody? What's up, James? What's up, Mattias? What's up, Ian? Vapor? Urtai, Harold. What's going on, everyone? I hope you all had a fantastic Christmas. I had a really nice one, spent time with the family, was able to chill out by myself for a bit while they went off and did other things. It was all good. All good. I got no complaints with my Christmas whatsoever. I hope all of you were able to get some time with your family, have some good food. I hope you got something nice, and I hope you gave something nice as well. Give me a second. Let me spin this up. Here we go. I don't remember anything about where we left off, so you'll probably have to give me a few minutes while I get my bearings again after being interrupted with the Dark Heresy streams. Seems like Divinity is still full steam ahead. Of course it is. Why would you expect anything less? Dapper! Yo, I appreciate the 5 gifted memberships, man. Appreciate that. Thank you so much. Panda, Dragon, Noctis, Highlights, Moonlight, Rigsley, you are all now members of the channel. Congratulations. Thanks, Dapper. I appreciate you, man. Had so much trifle. Cozy Call, Christmas wind down vibe. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Gotta appreciate it, without a doubt. Didn't do much, had some lo mein and crab ragoon. And what kind of wine did you have with that wine, guide? You had Chinese? Man, I had thought about getting, I've been thinking about Chinese food for like 2-3 weeks now and haven't gotten any yet. I really need to make that a priority. Oh, thanks, Moonlight. I'm glad you enjoyed it. I was this close to buying Pillars of Eternity. Why didn't you? Come on now. You know you should have went on ahead and given in. Yes, Finn isn't going to let any sort of drama keep him from pulling out Divinity. Divinity feels like it's going to be one of them ones, like all eyes are on that game without a shadow of a doubt. Oh, you beat Teddy Grail yesterday, Urtai? That's awesome. I think the DLC was the best part. Act 3 was a bit slow. I can see what people meant about the pacing now. Yep, I mentioned that in my review, and I absolutely agree. The DLC is some of the best content in the entire game, for sure. For sure. Ezekiel, what's up, man? Hey, appreciate it. These are my Christmas pajamas that my wife bought for us. Still wearing the PJs? I've been rocking them all day. Absolutely. Oh, no wine today, wine guy? Oh, wow. Exactly, Pseudo. If you're not buying Pillars of Eternity, clearly you are afraid of having a good time. Jake, what's up, man? Merry Christmas to you as well, dude. Did the Divinity games ever have any DLC? Not DLC like you could play through, but they were very well supported. They got a lot of updates, and so sometimes free content was added as an update. Like the difference between Divinity Original Sin 2 launch version and the Original Sin 2 Enhanced Edition is significant. They added a whole lot of stuff. Thanks, Moonlight. I'm glad you enjoyed the video. What's up, Serial? How are you, dude? What observation? Did it right? No, the Divinity games, yeah, no DLC for them. Only drink on New Year's and it's always whiskey. Is it I don't think champagne and sparkling wine the same thing, no. Is mead different from beer? All right, okay, so now I remember vaguely, we got to this area, right? No, we were helping this lady who was trying to pick between two people she could potentially heal. And when we chose our person, it transported us here. And the lady sitting in the chair is a weaver of time, right? And we've got to find, I guess, her friends. I can't remember if there's supposed to be other weavers or how this works. I also don't know why the imp we spoke to is one of the people sitting down. He's not one of the weavers of time, is he? But he keeps like historical record of time, I guess. I'm sure they'll remind us and we'll learn more as we go on. Mead is fermented honey. Oh, it's made from honey. Interesting. It's a lot easier to drink for people who don't like beer. Might be better for me too. I'm not a big fan of beer, honestly. Got a good size vodka for exercise. Go duo. I thought about it, but I like the party member stories too much, so I'm gonna go with a full team for this one. Juniper mead. Does mead equals awesomeness in a glass? Wow. All right, I guess I have to try it. I've always avoided mead, thinking it was basically the same as beer. But it looks like some people who really do not like beer actually enjoy mead. Okay. Oh, a friend of yours made some, Urtai, and you enjoyed it? Nice. Smokey, what's going on, man? Appreciate you signing up as a member, dude. Divinity Original said, what a gem. Yeah, I was, my wife and I actually played through this together. Speaking of doing it as a duo, we went through this game, but it was so long ago, I barely remember it. My toast, I'd rather keep rather dry of alcohol, but of the two options, I find mead far more pleasant, but the source can sometimes be dubious. What do you mean the source can be dubious? Mead is sweet. Interesting. I'm gonna have to try that out. Please tell me about yourself, madam.
In the ethereal threads of eternity, do I
record
the deeds of gods and men?
Not really.
Beasts and spectral apparitions.
Pixie dust.
The drift of continents through changing seas, the rise and fall of empires, the
Merry Christmas, Masha.
Every grain of sand on every beach, the fall of every raindrop on every world, the all but imperceptible touch of lovers' hands. This and all I chronicle without fault.
You're downloading Kingdom Come 1 and 2? That's awesome, dude. I really hope you enjoyed it, man. Or you end up enjoying it. I played both for the first time this year. Obviously, 2 came out this year, but 1 I had never played before. I just played it this year, and I really enjoyed both experiences. So you're in for a real treat, dude. What's up, Bunny? How are you? Me tastes like a bitter ball sack, like every other alcohol. I'm gonna try it out. I'm gonna try it out and see what I think of it. Oh, Poppy, you're playing Divinity Original Sin 1? Great minds, man. Great minds.
Except, it seems, you.
There are more questions I have for you.
Ask and I shall answer.
I have never played Monster Hunter before, no. Who are you really?
I am the Weaver of Time, as I have told
Her
you.
voice sounds familiar.
My existence is one that falls behind and yet far exceeds the verb, to be. I am but what I am, and that is task. It is the same for the historian. Chroniclers both are we of the epics of eternity.
My main character is a warrior, and then my secondary character is a mage, Serial.
Perhaps we are one.
Sabil, you're right. You're right. Thanks, Deacon. Good call out.
I do not know.
I knew I recognized her voice.
I do not know.
I find it so interesting the way Lariat prefers to work with the same people over and over again. I'm really curious how many people from the Divinity games and frankly from Baldur's Gate are going to pop right back up for Divinity.
Am I the beginning? And am I to be the end? Who shall say? Perhaps I am the first thing in creation. Perhaps I am creation. Perhaps I am the creator. Or maybe it is you. You who makes dying stars rekindle. Time alone will tell.
Why is Starstone so important? And why does it react to me and my colleague alone?
Alas, the answers to those questions still elude me.
Fire Mage.
You and Starstone are the
She's got a little bit of everything, Serial. I didn't go in one particular direction. Redgar, I like that Larian uses the same voice actors over and over as well, to be honest with you. It doesn't get old to me because they do enough to change around who those characters are that it feels fresh every time. Like, obviously, this Weaver of Time is completely different from the Sibyl we meet in DOS 2. So, again, it allows them to use the same voice, but in a way that keeps things fresh for the player. It was one of the questions in the PC Gamer interview. What about the voice actors they like to use? Oh yeah, they did ask about that. They're fishing for info on what the Divinity cast would look like. Yep. I thought they did a great job in that interview, to be honest. I thought they did amazing. Like, PC Gamer had back-to-back wins with me. First, I felt like their response in regards to the Kingdom, to the Warhorse devs and their reaction after the Game of the Year Awards, I felt like PC Gamer's coverage of that was really on point and just cut through and said, no, it's not a problem. I thought that was really nice. And then their interview with Larian, I thought it was amazing and did a lot to answer questions people really want to know. So in both cases, kudos to them, most definitely.
A hidden answer.
What up, JV? Def Incarnate? How are you all?
For the link between you and the stones reveals that your destinies are intertwined.
Toss up between Kingdom or complete the original Sin run. I started Monday. Too many choices. The original Sin run is gonna be there. It's probably gonna be a while before Divinity comes out. I'm honestly not even expecting early access to start next year. So you might as well just finish Kingdom Come Deliverance and then circle back to Divinity.
I believe that Starstones will not lead you to new places of wonder only. No. They will also lead to new knowledge through the restoration of the threads of old.
This may sound silly, but aren't you lonely out here?
Oh, Hunter. I have no need for company.
Yeah, I was watching Wolfhard stream earlier, Moonlight.
Or affection. All I need and all I am.
Oh, this is Alex Wilton Regan?
And time is running out, unless you remedy its decline.
Isn't she... Hold on. I swear I know her from something BioWare related. Wasn't she Inquisition? Video games. She was Dragon Age 2, but wasn't she also Inquisition? Dragon Age Inquisition. She's the female Inquisitor. She plays the female Inquisitor. Nice. That's awesome. There we go. Yeah. You should check out Battletech sometime. It's a silent CRPG with a great plot. Interesting. Okay. How long ago did that come out? I'm playing HBS Battletech again. Seems like an X-Men's tradition. Nice. You customize a mech squad in a top-down ISO? That sounds like fun.
I do enjoy your companionship, for you may prove to become the cure that will heal my slipping soul.
Moonlight, this game does have companions, but it's not as big as focus here as it is in Original Sin 2. Original Sin 2 really put the focus on those origin characters, but here you've got a couple of companions you can kind of slide in, but it's really about your main two companions that you create from the jump. She was in Mass Effect as well? Interesting. If I understand correctly, I am not at all featured on the canvas of time.
Quite so. Your absence, it should be an impossibility, but no matter where I
Older game, but it holds up.
Cannot be found.
You're not the first person to mention it to me.
I do not know you, which makes you my one perennial imperfection, a blind spot in the eye of time.
Did Hairbrain Schemes do Battletech before or after Shadowrun? Fane and Losa are two faves from Dolls 2. Absolutely. I feel like they did a good job with all of them except Beast. I just wasn't a big fan of Beast. He was kind of boring to me, to be honest with you.
Of this blindness, perchance the blemish may be undone, and time can be redeemed.
When you say your two heroes, Deacon, do you mean the main heroes? Heard of this place called the End of Time. Is that what it is? No more, no less?
What it is but a seed
after,
of sun
okay,
and water. What it could be, that is what the star stones will tell us. What it is but the end. What it could be is the end of
Merry
ends.
Christmas, Travis. Take care, dude. Played his Beast Origin, so that made it different for me. He was cool. Yeah, it might be different if you're controlling him directly.
I reside in another realm altogether. But ever since the end of time appeared in these deep, dark skies, I materialized here, as if forced to watch the one thing that is unwatchable, unendurable. A thankless task that you may yet free me from forever.
Interesting. I wonder if I'd chosen the correct personalities, Deacon, to make them have a romance. I didn't even realize that was possible. Yeah, Wine God, I agree. The idea of a dwarf pirate is fantastic. I don't remember why I wasn't all that impressed with DOS 2, but one of the things I'm going to do when we finally make a run in that game is I'm probably going to use the mod that lets us take all the companions, and then I'll be able to see all of their content, and maybe that'll make me feel a little bit differently about some of them. But as it stands now, I consider Beast and Ifan to be the lowest of the group. I'm probably going to play as a fan for that reason, because I really enjoy listening to Red Prince and Fane, and Losa is just my girl. I really like Sybil as well, but I like Sybil the most as a romance option if I'm playing as the Red Prince. If I'm not playing as the Red Prince, I prefer to romance Losa. DOS 1 does have some fun companion quests. Medora gets the Hunter's Edge quest. Nice, okay. What's going on, Bruce? How are you, man? How can I redeem time if, as you say, I'm not even part of it?
I think that perhaps you can redeem time because you create time.
Yeah, Ifan's voice was not the problem. I agree.
I no longer held possible.
Yep, that's correct, Moonlight. I'm probably going to get the thief guy and the wizard guy. Johnny, what's up, man? How are you? Plays for like 4 for the time. You're going to play as Red Prince. Red Prince has my favorite storyline out of all of the origins. I know you get the most information from Fane, but my personal preference is Red Prince.
But suddenly there was you. You who stirred the life within the stones. These stones, children of stars. They place new ribbons along my fingers like phantoms out of time. New threads emerged, and I began to weave anew. Starstone gives me new strands to braid into the tapestry. And because you give Starstone energy, it seems that you are creating time.
Romance is Sybil as a lizard is evil? Why you say that? I prefer playing as Sybil or Red Prince or romance the other for sure. Yeah, it's awesome. I just love that their antagonist ends up being one and the same. I think it's a really, really cool storyline all the way around. Do you like the armor system of Original Sin 2 more or this gameplay system? I've only had combat once, Poppy. I need combat a couple more times to make a decision. Oh, well, I have that whole tomb, but it's been too long. I had all these Dark Heresy streams in between here. I need to go through combat again to give you a better answer.
Starstones.
But offhand, I'm probably going to say this game.
So that time may yet be mended. Please, for the sake of all that lives and all that loves,
I don't like
seek them so that the void may yet devour itself alone.
I don't like that in Original Sin 2, you have to choose between magic and physical. Like the last 2 times I played the game, I'm with magic, so I'm actually going to do physical when we do our coming live stream, and I already know that's going to limit a lot of my creativity. Like I'm not going to be able to mix, fire and I'll throw out ice this time. Like no, it's going to be physical every time, and I think that's whack. I think it's whack. Yeah, Bruce, I think it's gonna be fun. I wanted to play both. I want to have a full understanding of the lore. I'm probably gonna do lore videos at some point along with guides, and so I wanted to have played both games. That fight at Wrath of Rights at Defender's Heart where you have to defend it, it's no joke. What up, Shatterstar? How are you? Have I played this game before? I played it when it first launched with my wife. I haven't played it since, so I honestly don't remember anything about it. It's been interesting trying to relearn all of these mechanics, but I have played it through it before. But
away from home, is it not?
when I say I don't remember anything about it, like I'm obviously replaying certain sections, and it's like I'm playing a brand new game. I don't remember anything about this game. And I think part of the reason probably is because I spent most of it spending more time talking with my wife and making sure she was entertained through the playthrough than actually paying attention to what was going on. And so now I'm experiencing the game in a much, much different way. With a 6-man, oh, you know what? If I'm going to use the mod that allows me to take all characters, I guess that's a good point. I could split them up, have 3 and 3. That's actually a great point. What up, Ravi? How are you, dude? Minotaur always wrecks you?
Said to the ballista operator.
What if there's a mod that had a small amount of universal damage to each action, so it's not always a waste for the one that doesn't get through? Oh, that's interesting, Deacon. Yeah, I'm definitely gonna have to look at the list of mods available. All right, I feel like we've been standing here forever. Let's get through these questions. If I was supposed to search for Starstone, it'd be handy to know where to start looking.
Wouldn't it just? Would that I had a Starstone sightseeing guide, but such a booklet does not exist. Just like yourselves, Starstones are curiously absent from history, both in my writings and on the tapestry of time. From what I can gather, though, they were once cherished by devious sorcerers whose reign ended long ago. The stones are therefore most likely to be found in the ancient places of this world. Ruins, caves, the lairs of long-forgotten evils. Those are the dens you should frequent.
Okay.
2 more pieces of advice. Don't go unarmed, and consult with my agent.
Your agent? Who's your agent? I still don't understand how Starstone and the Void Dragons are related.
Neither do I. But
Use the respec mod to change my companion's classes in the Pathfinder games to make each run unique and still get my mind kicked. Nice.
This in turn more than implies that you are the Void's natural enemy, for it is you who is
Messed up on my companion AI and I couldn't recruit someone because they wouldn't let me, so I had to restart. Ooh, sorry to hear that, Toxic. That's unfortunate.
More than an ornament to decorate the shelter plane. It is both history and future history. It is all of time.
What's up, Blackula? Yeah, that 6-man mod is good for going through all the party members' quests. Yep, that's why I want to do it. Plus, there's a 6-man mod that balances out the combat for the 6-man mod. Interesting. There was supposed to be an imp princess in Dragon Commander? I definitely want to check out that game at some point. How long does Dragon Commander take to get through? I think the idea what Arisa said too was that you diversify your party to deal with different types of armor, but the math works out differently. Yeah, I seem to remember feeling like it was much more advantageous to just go all one way or the other. Customize your characters freely aside from race and gender, so you don't need no respec mod.
From the grip of the void. Now, isn't that a lovely mission?
You say you're the imp historian, but you seem to be more than a mere imp and more than a mere historian.
Oh, I don't know if I'm more than those things per se, but having been given a divine mission does have its perks. Old age.
Dragon Commander isn't long, but it's kind of hard. 15 to 20 hours.
Is mine, as long as no one skewers me with a sword. And even then, I'll be back in a jiffy.
Ooh, you're playing Cyberpunk 2077, Wine Guide? That's another game I definitely want to get to, especially since apparently the sequel is going to be in Chicago. Please.
To record all of history, and an arduous task that is. Not to mention how much stress.
If the combat in Dragon Commander is easy, what's the hard part about it?
Of time,
Don't abbreviate Cyberpunk.
Gather those star stones so that we may know the history that was lost. Know so that we must not repeat what leads us to this dangerous precipice, but do better and close the dark eye of the void.
Dequanicus, what up, man? How are you, dude? You're number 3 on my YouTube rap this year. Nice. Glad I'm on the ride before 1 million. Oh, man, I appreciate it. Appreciate it so much, dude. I'll see if I can't get number 1 on your list next year. I got to do better, put out more content. I have a question. What's up, Sniper? Are you surprised by the huge support this game just got? When you say this game, do you mean Divinity, and do you mean the new Divinity, or that so many people are playing the old Divinity games? Want to play a commando style of game? Being the minute-to-minute gameplay is boring. I think it also has some strange difficulty spikes, but it's been so long, can't recall for sure. Got you. Real-time strategy such as can be tough for people unfamiliar with the genre, like me. The combat and drag command is definitely difficult. Interesting. What, like a game where you could play as like a Rambo type of character, Wine Guide? I'll try out Dragon Command. I probably won't do like a full playthrough, but I'll try it out for sure. Don't you find it somewhat lonesome being the sole chronicler of time?
Lonesome, observing the frontier of creation, surfing the vibrant tide of the eons, always approaching yet never reaching shore. Lonesome being privy to all that has been and all that is. Well, yes, actually. I don't mean to complain, but one certainly doesn't mind a bit
What
of
up,
company
Rodney?
now and then.
Merry Christmas, dude.
Perhaps you can imagine the profound pleasure it is to have made the Weaver's acquaintance after
Oh, what you're playing in
all these
2077.
years.
Gotcha,
I
dude.
can hardly wait to pick her brain about the great battle of the sons of Sigurd. The last Rivalonian who remembers it died more than 7,000 years ago.
No, I'm not surprised at all, to be honest with you, Sniper. This is pretty consistent. Anytime a dev comes out and says, hey, I'm doing a new game that a lot of people are interested in, then people will go back and check out their old games. Like right now, Owlcat announced Dark Heresy. There's a ton of people not only playing Rogue Trader, but they're going back to playing Wrath of the Righteous. I can't tell you how many new comments I've been getting on Wrath of the Righteous content from years ago. Like, hey, this build isn't correct anymore. When you say select something at level da 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 da, it doesn't allow me to select it. And I'm like, there's been patches and updates, bro. Like that build may not be current. I don't know what to tell you. So I mean, it works out for me. It's one of the advantages of having a deep catalog. You know, when things like that pop up, sometimes it's to my benefit. I'm kind of kicking myself. It's unfortunate that the whole Divinity thing is not really to my benefit. My channel is not built to take advantage of this new surge of interest in Divinity. But when the new game comes out, when it has its full launch, by that time, I will definitely be set up to take advantage of that rush. So, you know, all things in time. You get, this is, I'm kind of the type of person who I like to do deep dives on games. So I'm not as broad spread out as I potentially could be, but I accept that. Sometimes a big moment happens and it doesn't really do anything for me and I miss it. But other times, moments that aren't so big for other people, again, Dark Heresy getting announced, are massive for my channel. Pillars of Eternity getting a turn-based update, like big deal for my channel, you know, all that kind of stuff. And so it is what it is. When you have time, look up Serial. I've done multiple videos for Dragon's Demand. It's definitely a game that I'm following. I've been playing Original Sin 2, trying to remember how to play. Yeah, Kratz, it's a lot different than this one. A lot different. Morty is farming the Divinity content hard. I mean, not only is he farming it, but Morty was already, had a channel that was already set up to take full advantage of Divinity. Like, he has a guide out right now that's got, like, I think 150,000 views. That's not just because he has a large channel. Like, there are plenty of other videos he put out that only got 30 or 40,000. Morty got his start in Divinity. Like, from 0 to like, I think 40 or 50,000 subscribers, most of those videos were Divinity related videos. So like to this day, I think he mentioned on one of them even, if you look up Divinity lore on YouTube, a bunch of his videos from like 5 or 6 years ago are what comes up. And so that's what I mean, like some channels are naturally built to take advantage of a moment. Because I've done so much Outcat content, I'm naturally built to take advantage of that moment when Outcat games drop. I'm naturally built to take advantage of a Pillars of Eternity moment, you know? Whereas other games, even if they're big, like Divinity's a massive CRPG, but I just haven't had the time to be able to replay those Divinity games as like a content creator and do content for them. So I'm not built to take advantage of the moment, but it's all good, you know? Like you gotta know your lane and be comfortable where you are. Mortizo has gone hard in Divinity lately, mostly with links to his old content. Exactly. He could just spin that content back, right? And like, to be honest with you, I could do the same thing with Wrath of the Righteous. There's been a ton of people who have been saying, why don't you do another ranking of all 10 mythic paths? I've resisted that because I'm like, I don't feel like enough has changed with the mythic paths for it to make sense for me to go back to that content and dig into that well, right? But at the same time, that's probably a situation where I should just get out my own way and just do it because there's a lot of people who want it. So even if in my mind, I don't think it's like the greatest content ever, if it's what will provide value for the audience who's looking at this kind of stuff right now, then you should probably do it. And Morty understands that. Morty is saying, hey y'all, I got everything that you need, come on over and you'll get it. Wrath was and still is amazing. Wrath of the Righteous is my all-time favorite CRPG for sure. It just had really underwhelming DLC. I liked the last DLC, the Dance of Mask, but the other DLC, yeah, I wasn't high on. Morty's channel, Morty has a broad channel by design. He doesn't do deep dives on games for the most part, unless it's really obviously massive like BG3. But for the most part, he'll do like a review and maybe a guide or two, and then he's on to the next thing. I can't work that way. And like, I know this about myself. If I like a game, then I want to make sure players can understand all aspects of that game. And that's probably something I should work out of at some point, because it becomes a problem where I'm doing these dives and putting all this energy and effort into games that people really don't care about anymore. Like I decided I really like the Shadowrun series. That content is not going anywhere. Like there's not a ton of people who are looking for Shadowrun guides, but I play both games, I reviewed both games, I did multiple guides for both games, and I did build videos for both games because I'm like, I just love these games. And so when I grab onto something in that manner, I creatively, I just can't let it go. Now I've been lucky that I've been able to find some games where that meshes well. I did a really deep dive on Wrath of the Righteous. I've got hundreds of videos literally on Wrath with people messaging me like, how are you still talking about this game? For me, it's easy. For me, it's easy to just stick with one game and pick apart every aspect of it. Dark Heresy right now, people are not really interested in more content about Dark Heresy because it's the alpha. And so they're like, I wanted to know your thoughts about the alpha, but that's it, bro. Like, we're waiting for the beta when there's character creation and all that kind of stuff. But did I let go of it? No. I did specialization videos. That was like, took over an hour. It took forever to record that and edit it. I did the video of the archetypes and all the origins. That content, none of that content went crazy, right? But for me, it's like, I gotta do it. Like creatively, that's gonna be stuck in the back of my mind if I didn't get it out. I have to, if I like the game, I have to cover it thoroughly. Whereas Morty is more so like, I do what needs to be done and then I leave and I'm in and out, in and out, in and out. That's probably the better way to do it, but it's just not me. I don't feel like Morty does clickbait, Valdrin. Well, what do you mean when you say clickbait? You and CRPG Bro were my go-to for all things Pathfinder. The Lich playthrough was in the background every time I played. Nice. What's up, Master Bill? How are you, dude? You got Expeditious Rome? Nice. That's awesome. It's ironic you mentioned that because I bring up Expeditious Rome in tomorrow's video. Tomorrow's video is going to be about turn-based versus real-time with pause. And I bring up Expeditious Rome as a game that was turn-based where the fights just took forever. I still think the DH content is actually doing pretty well, right? Earlier stuff, like the interviews stuff that I did, but like if you look at the specializations video that I dropped today, weak views. You do deep dives well. It's really fun to watch your first reaction to games media you're into. Yeah, appreciate it. Yeah, Morty does YouTube full time for sure. Thrash games to death. Exactly. And plus, like, I definitely have some degree of pride or ego about some games that come out. Like when Wrath of the Righteous was about to drop, I made the decision like maybe a week or two prior, like I am going to be the Wrath of the Righteous guy. Like nobody is going to drop more content about this game than me. And I want it to be where if you bring up this game, you bring up my name as well. Like I want it to be synonymous to the best of my ability. And there's only a few games I feel that way. There are some games where I just cover it because I know a lot of people want it, but I don't feel invested like that. To my own detriment, I never felt invested like that with BG3. I never felt like I needed to make BG3 mine. And so I should have done a deep dive on BG3. I should have ranked all the classes, ranked all the companions, done all the guides, and I should have been, every time there was an update, putting something out, I couldn't do it. Because I didn't feel like that connected to it. I feel connected to Pillars of Eternity. I feel connected to Dark Heresy. I feel for whatever reason, it's not for whatever reason. I really, really love Original Sin 2. So I feel connected to Divinity. I want to be a Divinity guy. That's part of the reason we're doing this now. But I'm the type where it's like, I can't fake it. Morty can play games he absolutely detests, where he's like, I'm having a terrible time. This is buggy as all hell. I don't like this, but I'm going to play it anyway. I've had games that I plan to review. I plan to do content for it. And I played it and I was like, I hate this. And therefore I'm not even going to touch it. I'm not going to be bothered. Like, I don't have it in me. Life is too short to play weak ass games. I can't do it. And so it's like, I've learned that about myself, and I've learned how I need to operate as a content creator. And it's different from how Morty handles things, and frankly, it's different from even how Wolfhard handles things. And that's important to understand yourself and understand what works best for you. The only companion that matters is Her Majesty Shadowheart. See, I think Shadowheart is weak. I don't even like Shadowheart, Master Bill. I would rank Will, Lae'zel, probably Astarion, definitely Minratha. I'd rank all of them over Lae'zel. Okay. Let's see. I can't do anything with this, right? Ooh. Oh yeah, I can't do anything with you. Okay, cool. Are you going? Oh, I'm definitely going to be a Starfinder guy. I'm definitely going to be a Starfinder guy for sure. For sure. Oh, Dragon Age and Mass Effect are my all-time most played series, point blank period. I've played Dragon Age and Mass Effect even more than I ever played Wrath of the Righteous, but all of that was before I had a channel. So it's like when Veilguard came out, I absolutely wanted to be a Veilguard guy. I absolutely wanted to be like, yo, if you think about Veilguard, think about me, because Dragon Age is my shit. Like, I'm all over that. I'm all about that. Unfortunately, that didn't turn out the way I wanted it to, but it is what it is. Everybody was fighting, but so why do I have, am I supposed to go all the way back like this? Interesting. Was fighting bloody over BG3. Who went hard to pay with it? Limited time to play, to edit. I'd rather be either surface level or deep. Yep, I completely understand. See Morgana Evelyn as Jane BG3 the same way you are John Rath. Yeah, Morgana definitely took full advantage of it. What's up, T-Fall? Appreciate you following me over on Twitch. How do I get back where I'm supposed to be? I know. Here, maybe I am supposed to talk with them in order to get back to it. Hold on. Is it in my journal then? Let's go over and see. You killed Lae'zel and Astarion right away? That's crazy. What? How do I get back?
Two beings that record all of history.
Hold on. Where is...
That's a good question.
log, secrets, dialogue, map. I want... Okay, so here. Hold on. What in the hell? This is the log. Where is the journal? Log, game menu, connection menu, toggle, map, tutorial log. They don't have like just a regular journal you can look at though. And I don't want to see this. Here we go. Close that out. Dragon Age felt when they refused to bring back my girl Morgan as a playable character. It would have been nice. Shadowheart left your party or your first play? An Origins update would be amazing. Apparently, BioWare tried to convince EA to let them do an Origins remake, and EA said no. Why do I not know? Please tell you. We already had that conversation. Okay, no. What am I missing? So there's you. I can't click on you. I already looted all these. Inactive portal. This portal is inactive. That portal is inactive. Hold on, let me look at my inventory as well. Because I don't think I have... Yeah, no, I don't have any of those pyramid type things at this time. I am confused. Nothing there, nothing there. Nothing appears like I can use there. Okay. And I could go there, but I don't feel like I'm supposed to or should have to. Maybe I missed something at the observatory though. And there's something weird going on over there that I can't do anything with yet. So let's go back to the observatory. It's pretty deep into Morgana's community, but that place got weird fast. Why do you say that? What did you feel like was weird about it? I figured they probably hardcore to like the challenge of BG3, right? Yeah, the same thing we saw before. Okay, nothing different there. Okay, and I think we kind of just appeared here, and there's nothing here, right? What am I missing here? What am I missing? Okay. Tutorial, toggle tutorial log, or Source Journey's journey home. Showed us how to travel between the end of time river line. We can come and go as we please. He also reinforced our mission to find more Starstone. He did not show us, or I wasn't paying attention. We're making time grow. We met the Weaver of Time. We must find more Starstones. Do I have something in my inventory and I just don't realize it? Hold on. Silver bar, right? Oh, wasn't it? Here we go. It's this. Rift Travel. That's what it is. We have opened the Homestead Travel menu. This works like a waypoint portal. Select the end of time to teleport to your homestead. Okay. There we go. And now we could go back to the North Gate. Lovely. Icon operate. Yep. I got it now.
Source Hunters, I welcome you once again to the realm of Rivellon after your travels through the chasms of space. Nice to have found a shelter, wouldn't you agree? So you can come to no harm.
Cyberpunk 2077 is a top 5 RPG for you, Wine Guy. I'm really looking forward to circling back to that game. Really looking forward, because I played at launch and I was like, this has some really strong points, but I didn't feel like it was like an all-time type of game. But obviously there's been a ton of updates and people look at it much differently now. Morgana's community got a bit cultish. People started worshiping her and making some weird jokes. I think it's because she's a pretty girl. Does Morgana ever show herself? I thought she's always off camera, right? Don't blame her for that. Yeah, it's not her fault. I don't think she endorses people's weirdness. Sometimes you just can't control that. Makes sense. Makes sense. I agree, Dapper. I always thought she only shows an avatar. Better be looked over than overlooked. This is true. Cyberpunk is one of the best games ever played. Nice. Nice, Skeletons. I hope you enjoy Kingdom Come, man. I definitely plan to circle back to Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. I think I will do that on my own. Maybe we'll do it on the channel. We'll see.
I know the imp historian has told you about his agent on Rivellon, and that agent
I should have known you would know, Deacon.
So now that you know of the alliance between me and
Nice.
Sir Zigzag,
Oh, she's an
let us
Aussie
turn
country
to the
girl.
business at hand. Starstone.
Content was due to the collabs with Infinite Cringe. Dragon's Dogma and BG3 community crossover goes crazy. Nice. Nice. Interesting. Let's turn to business. Starstone. Actually, our business at hand is the murder of Counselor Jake.
So it is, and so it should continue to be. For I suspect his foul murder and the plight of dying time are somehow interconnected.
I've never heard of Infinite Cringe before. So this is another content creator, but she focuses on Dragon's Dogma. Cyberpunk got a lot better, especially with Phantom Liberty. Idris Elba had a great voice acting performance. Nice. I also really liked the song he did for Cyberpunk. I thought it was hilarious that he provided one of the main tracks. Cray. So she does, Morgana does cosplay as well? Interesting. So I guess maybe more than just Shadowheart.
Dark webs are being woven around these parts, and it is my firm belief starstones are the flies the sorcerer spiders are trying to catch. It can therefore hardly be a coincidence that Counselor Jake was a collector of the stones we seek. That means the task you have been given remains crucial. Find the assassin that did away with Jake, for you're bound to stumble upon Starstone along the way.
Recently, they pivoted over to Monster Hunter Wilds. That's interesting, because I hear about so many people trashing on Monster Hunter Wilds, so I didn't think there was like much of an audience behind the game anymore, but maybe there is. Very skilled player. Interesting. Cosplay a lot. She's a really big fan of Shadowheart, actually. Cool. That's awesome. How did you find out Jake was a Starstone collector?
While you were being lectured by our friend the historian and the Grand
He sounds a
Dame
lot
of
like a
Time,
Starian, but he's not a Starian.
snuck into his house. The advantage of being a cat, you know.
I didn't mean to
You
clip
go
that. I'm
where
sorry.
you please with impunity. And sometimes the lady of the house even rewards you with a slice of fresh herring.
Stuck in the house and had to look around. Got you. Infinite Cringe is the OG Dragon's Dogma creator. So does that mean they were creating for the original Dragon's Dogma? You guys seen the insert class here in a nutshell? That was her. Cosplayed Loon from E33. Nice. Class here is OP. Interesting. Okay. Might have to check out some of that content. What up, Kit? How are you? Monster Hunter Wilds finally started addressing the performance issues, and it's about time for an expansion to come out. Oh, so actually it's the exact right time to jump in. Nice. What up, Pudding? How are you? Gorgana's community has a lot of feet jokes. Like you're worrying about? That is hilarious. Oh, she leads into the feet jokes? That's the thing? Hilarious.
That's where I saw them in the cabinet. Mere slivers, but specks of starstones nonetheless. They lay there, silent and innocent, though bloody murder may have been committed in their name.
So people like her were really carrying Dungeons and Dragons Dogma well before DD2 was even announced. It was quite a fun ride with that content, but DD2 was a bit of a letdown. Interesting, huh? Why is it so particularly nice for us to have found a shelter somewhere? Did any of you did IC do a review on DD2? Like, how did she feel about it? Did she really enjoy it, or does she feel like it was underwhelming compared to what she was hoping for?
Don't we all long for a sanctuary where our worldly troubles can be held at bay? A bed or a basket so snug it becomes...
Sniper, I thought you played Baldur's Gate 3. And for someone who's never played a CRPG before, Baldur's Gate 3 is probably... Either Baldur's Gate 3 or Solasta is the game that I would recommend that they play. It depends on what kind of games they played previously. Like, if they're used to games that are over in like 5 to 10 hours and they want to just like get in and be able to play something and get out, I would probably recommend Solasta, because each storyline is only 20 hours, right? Whereas Baldur's Gate 3, it's a much more massive, all-encompassing experience. It can be a lot for someone who's not used to 100-hour games. My holiday was fantastic, kid. I got no complaints, man. No complaints whatsoever. Faith thing, while simultaneously making very clear she is not into that at all, was hilarious. Thick and spun off her YouTube hustle. Started with her badly busting her foot. Cringe liked DD2 a lot, but I think she liked the original better. Got you. What's up, James? How are you, dude? I think most of what got IC away from Dragon's Dog was not the game itself, but the reaction of the overall DD community. Oh, she kind of abandoned her channel for a few months due to it. Oh, because the overall community didn't like DD all that much? Yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 is a CRPG, Sniper. No, it's not a regular RPG. No problem. All good, all good. So if you've already played Baldur's Gate 3, then I could recommend Pillars of Eternity 2. There's also Pillars of Eternity 1, which is a game I enjoyed immensely, but it's an older game and only like around half of it or 40% of it is voice acted. So if you're the type of person who really needs voice acting throughout your gameplay experience, you should probably just skip over directly to Pillars of Eternity 2, and the game is set up for you to be able to go into it without having any knowledge of Pillars of Eternity 1 at all. I was also a big fan of Tyranny, which is a shorter, more compact experience, but again, not all of it is voice acted. My personal favorite CRPG is Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. I think it has more build variety in Baldur's Gate 3. I think the storyline is stronger, and you can play as a good aligned or evil aligned character, and both paths are strong. But it's yet another title where only 40% of the game is voice acted. So whether or not you can deal with that is up to you. Obviously, I've done a lot of content about Dark Heresy that's going to be coming out soon, and that is going to be a fully voice acted CRPG experience. So I would definitely say if you want to play more CRPGs, be on the lookout for that game as well. It was actually a big deal. I stylized the scenes word for the classic overhead gameplay style. Wyvern, what's up, man? How are you, dude? Merry Christmas to you and yours as well, man. Yeah, hit 40K today. It's a really happy time. 40K while covering 40K. Can't complain about that, man. Can't complain about that. It's really happy time. Yeah, Greg, I'm looking forward to when that turn-based patch comes out for Pillars. I'm gonna go, I think for the first game, I'm gonna play Barbarian, but for the second game, I'm either gonna play as a Chanter, or I'm definitely gonna have the Druid that has Chanter mechanics, or I might do both. What's going on, Triple Sickle? Wish Pathfinder was multiplayer? Yeah, they didn't get into co-op until afterwards. So I would love to have a co-op Pathfinder game. Unfortunately, Starfinder is not going to be co-op either. CRPG is kind of a loose term. I don't disagree. Games like Bloodlines and Dragon Age are considered CRPGs, even though they look nothing like Pathfinder or Baldur's Gate. True. Absolutely true. One interesting point about voice acting, I had a friend who really likes dark fantasy. I try to recommend Pillars of Eternity, but he's dyslexic, and that makes it, oh yeah, because the voice acting cuts in at different times. What's up, Argo? How are you, dude? The Emperor willed it. Absolutely, Wyvern. Hex, what's up, man? How are you, dude? Merry Christmas to you or yours as well. Love that video, the family. Hey, thank you, man. I'm glad. I wanted to spread a little bit of that Christmas cheer. You look great in the Christmas sweater. Thank you, y'all. Appreciate it. Merry Christmas, everyone. Happy holidays.
But perhaps I speak only for myself, not for veterans such as yourselves that by necessity call any patch of ground they rest upon home.
I don't disagree, Masha. Rash can absolutely be a choice paralysis game if you're not watching videos on my channel. But if you're watching my videos, I help you figure out what you like.
Like any cat worth its salt, though, I deeply cherish a secret.
Oh yeah,
refuge
massive balls of text. Exactly. That's exactly why Outcat is getting away from it.
Care is such a precious circumstance.
Thanks, Shrip. I'm glad you enjoyed it, dude. I wonder, do you put absolute credence in the words of Zigzags? Ooh, time, void, looming in.
Let me phrase it like Zigzags might. A universe without time is like a pen without ink. A pointless instrument stripped of the potential of creation.
Rodney, Wrath of the Righteous is both real-time with pause and turn-based. So if you prefer turn-based, just play the whole game turn-based. And no end that PBDBR, the exact same letter rotated. It's hilarious. Hey, Pudding, Outcat puts out surveys all the time asking their fans what they want. And I keep telling fans, you need to let them know I want Warhammer Fantasy.
I'll not pretend to have all the answers, or that I understand all that is happening here and out there among the stars. But I do know I'd rather err on the side of caution. If Zigzags worries, I worry. We are talking about a creature, after all, that has reclined among the divines as nonchalantly as you and I lays beside the hearths of home.
I should put out a poll on my YouTube channel and ask people, what would you prefer Outcat's next game to be? Warhammer Fantasy, Pathfinder, Rise of the Rune Lords, or Warhammer 40K Black Crusade. I'm curious, between those three options, which one would fans enjoy the most? Which one would they look for the most? All good, Father Pudding. Yeah, you can switch back and forth between them at any point in time. So like even in the middle of a fight, if you're like, hey, there's only a couple of enemies left, I can wipe them out. Or if you're like, hey, there's a really, really tough boss and he's ripping me apart, let me turn to turn base and try to figure out what's going on. The game lets you freely do that whenever you like. It's beautiful. I really enjoy it. I need a keep out for those surveys. I want Necromancer and Necrons all the time, every time. Nice. Bloodlords? I've never even heard of Bloodlords. What is Bloodlords? Which one should I buy? I can only get one for now. Wrath of the Righteous or Divinity 2? I think Wrath of the Righteous is the better game. And I think you have plenty of time to play Divinity 2 because I'm frankly not even sure if we're getting Divinity early access next year. So I would say buy Wrath and play Wrath. And then by the time you finish Wrath, or maybe you can look out for a sale or something, get Divinity 2 on sale, and then when you finish with Wrath, you can play Divinity. That's what I would recommend. I would like another Pathfinder if it didn't have excessive mechanics like the Kingdom running and the Crusade thing. Yeah, I don't know if Rise of the Rune Lords has a mechanic system similar to Kingmaker and Wrath of the Righteous. Pathfinder got 2, 40K is getting 2. Might be time for this for another IP. I doubt it because Warhammer is so much bigger. Like, I can't see Outcat abandoning Warhammer anytime soon. But they have a third team that's working on another game. So they have one team doing The Expanse, one team doing Dark Heresy, and then there's another team doing something completely separate. I have no idea what they're working on. I seriously doubt it's a Pathfinder game, though. Owlcat has already stated they're not doing anything Pathfinder related right now. Spats is going to be an absolute looker, but that's a beast all on its own. Yeah, it'll be really interesting to see if Owlcat pulls that off properly. I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to put out that poll, see what people say. Rise of the Rune Lords would be awesome, but it's a lot to cover. 6 books of adventures. Well, I choose that as well because, like Dika just mentioned, Owlcat likes to do things in twos, and there's really 2 adventures that go with it, right? There's like Rise of the Rune Lords and then Revenge of the Rune Lords, right? Bloodlords takes place in Geb, a land where the undead rule. Yeah, they mentioned Geb in Wrath if you played as a lich. Kind of an evil campaign. The heal spell is outlawed because vampires and liches all run the cities. That's hilarious. See, I just don't think I would love that type of experience, right? But we already saw what happened with Tyranny. And that's the same fear I have with like trying to ask Owlcat to do a Black Crusade game. There's too many people who do not like playing evil. There's already a bunch of people who don't want to try Warhammer because they feel like it's a grimdark universe. Like me personally, when Owlcat goes back to Pathfinder, I want them to pull in all those people who refuse to play Warhammer, right? And so not only do I want it to be a different universe, but I want them to get out of that grimdark tone, because there's a lot of people who are really turned off by the grimdark tone. So I wouldn't want them to do a Pathfinder game and then have it be like set in this undead world where evil is completely taken over and everything is dark and grimy and you're barely able to survive, because that's Warhammer in another color, right? And I feel like it's going to turn off a lot of those same people. What up, Cheeto? How are you? You love Necron's anti? Nice. Even though, again, me personally, I would love to be in Geb. I'm all about it. I'm all about a game that gives me options. All about a game that gives me options.
In the end, he even shared his great sorrow with me. The unspeakable thing you saw.
I don't know about all that, Moonlight. Game about Care Bears to bounce out the grim dark. Well, I'm stuck. Hey, thank you, man. Trying to spread some of that Christmas spirit. I hope you had a nice Christmas, dude. I like how the trees basically turned into a community convo stream.
Before you go, here, take this teleporter pyramid.
Ooh,
a handy toy indeed.
Look at that.
Zigzags asked me to give to you. You'll need the other one too if you want to make use of its powers, but alas, I seem to have misplaced it. Don't worry though. Use this one here and it'll take you straight to its twin.
I would be 100% down for Skull and Shackles. I did a video saying the top 5 adventure paths I would want Owlcat to try out if they went back to Pathfinder. Both Skull and Shackles and Rise of the Rune Lords was on the list. Iron Giants was also on the list. Wait, I don't remember if it's called Iron Giants, but it's like something similar. I don't remember what the other 2 were though. But in my opinion, most evil paths are written in a compelling manner. Exactly. People who like playing mean, cruel versus specific NPCs is something, but on the whole, good, morally gray. Then there are the truly evil swarm level players. Hey, what can I say? I still remember the reaction from people when I did the video of the swarm eating up whatever the little dragon's name, Aru or whatever. The reactions to that were hilarious. Hilarious. What game has done the evil playthrough perfectly? Wrath of the Righteous. I don't think Mass Effect does evil perfectly because you can't really be evil. You could just be mean-spirited, but at the end of the day, you're still a hero. Wrath of the Righteous let you actually be a hero, but you didn't have to just be a murder hobo. It was evil in service to your own power and authority, and you really get to take over areas, and it feels like the story changes significantly because of what you've done. Chest on the other side of the rope, back on the docks. You use, oh, yep. Once I get the second one, kid. Thanks for the reminder. The new Rune Lord class is Beastly. Nice. Avu. There we go. Yeah, I did the video of Avu. We can swing dogmatic and rogue trader. That was very satisfying, but definitely not heretic. Exactly. Even rogue trader doesn't quite do evil properly, because I don't think the heretic playthrough is as satisfying as the other two, even though it has some really high highs. Wasteland 3 is my gold standard for evil. I've never played Wasteland 3 as the evil character. Maybe that's what I'll do when I circle back to it. Would love to see Outcat dip back into fantasy sword and sorcery. Yep, that's what we're talking about, bro. I love the Lich playthrough in Rav. Yep. I just didn't like the ending. Since I was a disciple of Virgo Thor, I was too. Very disappointing. Very disappointing as a Lich to me for Razma at the end of Wrath of the Righteous. Extremely disappointing. I could not agree more. I was like, that's it? That's it? Are you kidding me? No. No. Have you guys ever had a first, what's up, Debo? First playthrough for a game by evil? No, I have to be good online first time I play a game. And if I know I'm only gonna play a game once, I have to be good online. Like most of the time, when I've played evil on the channel, it's either because I've already played the game or like I got a review code, so I was able to play through it before I even did content for it, right? But if I'm doing it for the very first time, I have to be good online. I can't bring myself. Now that this matter has
been settled, hunters, I shall detain you no longer.
Not only because I can't be mean to people that I don't know, but also I need, like someone mentioned earlier, a lot of times devs don't put the same level of teleport up here. Yep, we'll take that. And a lot of times devs don't put in the same level of care for evil playthroughs that they do for good aligned ones. And so I prefer having already played through the game, because then I have a sense of how it's supposed to go, and that makes it much easier for me to figure out.
Gods, what is going on here?
Whoa.
First I have to shoo away a creeping white tomcat, and now there's a perfect stranger in my bathroom. Get out, will you?
Ha! This is a curious mix-up, no? It'll be quite the story to tell tomorrow. Whoa! What is going on? She has a 7 on charm. Win a series of rock, paper, scissors matches to convince the other party. Put points in charm to gain an advantage. Press escape to skip the RPS. What does RPS mean? Rock? Yeah, that's not good. Oh!
Little
wow.
mix-up indeed. I don't know what you and that horrible little imp are planning, but leave my bathroom out of it.
You go evil first, Master Bill? Nah, I can't do it. Being mean to characters you do know is arguably more evil. You can make that case. What is up with rock, paper, scissors? This is a very strange chat mechanic. I agree wholeheartedly. Siding with the Patriarch of Wasteland 3 is an evil option, at the same time perfectly understandable. True. I think, so when I go back to Wasteland 3, I'm actually going to try to get a perfect ending. And I think to get a perfect ending, you have to do both good aligned and evil aligned things. So maybe there will be a little bit of evil in there. We'll see. Piss me off. Fallout 4 Nuka World. They advertise as you becoming basically a raider boss, but you have to build the settlements before you enslave them. Huge oversight. The balls to cut you off infiltrating the moon tower if you sided with the tieflings. They just let you in anyway. Yeah, it's no point, dude. There's no point. If your custom companion's AI controlled, you sometimes will RPS against their input to see whose choice wins out. That's insane. That's insane. I want to play a game where evil is not just herd or kill everything and be mean all you want. Yeah, Johnson, that's the reason why I'm a big fan of Wrath.
Well,
Wrath.
that's what you get for trying.
Wrath,
Out! No, if you please. This room is private.
Pick up.
The 7 grant abundance.
Don't just stand there. Go.
Oh, here we go.
With you.
All right, lady. Yeah, let me close this door behind me. Sheesh. All right, now. Where am I? Esmeralda, the clinic. Okay, the clinic is where I was originally. So here, let's. Technically, everyone in Wasteland 3 is evil. You could make that case. Fallout 4, I tried to like it, but the building mechanic got tired fast. Especially when what's his name kept calling, telling me about another settlement needing help. Yeah, I wasn't a fan. I like some elements of what they tried to do. I thought it held promise, but I don't think they made it all work in the end. Oh, so these things are here, but is she about to come? Oh, I can't close the door apparently.
Thank you eternally for your help. Though your reaction to the healing stone, I have no idea what to make of it.
Played Dirge on first run for BG3. Still thought the game was a masterpiece, but even without a good companion, definitely feel the gaps in content towards the end of Act 2, especially Act 3. Yeah, it's a shame they never were able to do the other section of Baldur's Gate and fill it out a little bit more. Wait, Withers whoops the guy save your butt is amazing scene. The only fun way to play Dirge is to resist it. I never did that. I never did the Good Aligned Dark Urge playthrough. I did Will and I did Evil Dark Urge. And then we did the live stream of Resist Dark Urge and I just lost interest. If you play Fallout with mods, it's just playing with Sim Settlements 2. That automates the settlement stuff and adds a great story. Whoo! I can see that being amazing. Yeah, you know, like I was mentioning before, I wish I could be a little bit more mercenary when it comes to my content. BG3, I think it's an amazing CRPG. Top 10 for sure. It just did not grab me the way it grabbed some other people, as incredible as it was. And so I couldn't get myself to make more content for it. About your healing stone.
That strange reaction you caused. Blue lightning from a healing stone. I've never seen anything like it. And the stone looks different now, too. Like it's devoid of life. I begin to wonder if its magical properties survived your little reaction.
I'll take my leave. Wait, tell me about yourself.
I've been studying under Theleron for some time now, but that task, being asked to play the gods, was the first time I've ever questioned my, well, suitability for the work.
I've never even heard of Sim Settlements 2, but I definitely plan to circle back to the Fallout games. Sooner or later, we're going to get Fallout New Vegas. So I want to play through all of them in preparation for that. So I guess when I do that, I'll have Sim Settlements 2. People have asked me about circling back to the first two original Fallout games. I don't know if I will. They always look so outdated anytime I see videos of them. I'm not sure if I would enjoy it, but maybe I will give it a whirl at some point. BG3 is amazing due to production costs and layers, dedication to detail, but I feel like the Forgotten Realms or Wizard of the Coast were a big ball and chain rather than benefit. I mean, that's almost what Larian is saying now. They've made it clear that Divinity, in their opinion, is going to be a much better game mechanically than Baldur's Gate 3 because they don't have to take a tabletop system and bring it to a video game. Instead, they can create a system that is specifically meant for a video game, and they believe players are going to enjoy it a lot more. Would you say BG3 didn't capture you as much because the decisions felt more guided than something like Rogue Trader? The fact that there is not a viable evil path is definitely part of the issue. It cuts down on the replayability for me. I also definitely feel like the decision-making aspect of it, it's not as varied as a game like Rogue Trader. BG3 doesn't feel like a game that has three different paths, really. It really feels like there's one good playthrough in it, maybe two. Whereas Rogue Trader and most certainly Wrath of the Righteous, there are 1,000 different ways to play it. And even though Pillars of Eternity doesn't necessarily have like 10 different ways to play it, the lore and the mechanics grab me more. And so it's easy for me to stick with that. the evil games to me, at least to me, is there's never a proper good boy to fight back. Like, why be evil if I can't be stopped? So for me, I enjoy the evil aspect if there's nice reactivity in the game to the evil actions that you do. And Wrath had incredible reactivity to all the stuff you're doing, even though you're right, there wasn't really that good aligned character to stand in your way and say, no, I'm not going to allow you to do this. I'm always been, ever since I played that game, I've been curious if you played Fallout Tactics in a way where you were kind of more evil aligned and more harsh and cruel, would your best friend who ends up being on the other side, would he be a more good aligned character and someone standing for truth and justice against you? I'm curious if that's the case. I definitely, Fallout Tactics is definitely a game I plan to circle back to at some point.
I've a passion for this work, you see. A passion to see things put in order. From a flesh wound.
Yeah, it doesn't mean something to everybody, Moonlight, for sure.
Made resistant to a fatal illness. What right has something as trivial as a wound or as senseless as an epidemic to take a human life?
You realize soon enough that a little party tricks hardly make
Agreed, Deacon. It's an issue in Hogwarts as well. Yeah, JV, I just didn't feel like there was enough decision making. Okay. Inert stone. I'm just curious.
I was really hoping to find something better.
tone, soothing across.
Delarion's back room. Oh, wait, I could talk to the chicken. Keep forgetting I got Peppa.
What on earth would an undertaker want with the likes of Huggett?
Why? How do I? There we go. I'm like, why is this showing up? Ooh. Can I talk? Did I talk to you?
I give wool, and what do I get in return? One way or another, they always try to fleece me. Especially that Evelyn. She's out to get me. I know it. Meh.
I played Final Fantasy Tactics earlier this year, Moonlight, not Fallout Tactics. Merry Christmas, Chad. I hope you had an awesome day, dude. What I liked the most was in KOTOR, how you can crew towards good and dark side. Yep, in KOTOR 2. Absolutely. DOS 2 combat is definitely preferable to BG3's D&D combat. I agree. A lot more approachable in terms of skills. But yeah, I love the mechanics of DOS 2. It's only the armor system I don't like. Crime scene, but I can't get into the crime scene yet. There's a town hall. There's Esmeralda. There's somebody I need to speak to first before they'll let me in, right? I think Captain Aris is where I have to go. This is the north. So where was the... Okay, this is the harbor. North Gate. Okay. And there's a strange cave over there that I'm going to have to get to sooner or later. Okay. And this is a citizen, Jerome.
Proportionate one.
Proportionate what?
From the symmetry in your face that you are a great fan of the fine arts, no?
What you got to sell? Whoa. He has treasure maps. That seems like something I'll probably want at some point.
Sheep's cheese?
You know, at some point I should also start selling some of this stuff. Wooden water staff. I don't know about that. Antique cloth shoes. Yeah, I just realized I don't. This stuff I don't know what I should and should not be letting go. Well, I'm definitely letting go of this because, yeah, less sight, less hearing. No, this is not cool. I'm gonna let that go. Yo, what's up, Pac? Appreciate you stopping in from Brazil, dude. I had a great Christmas, man. Hope you can say the same. Sister DOS 2 is Moonlight. I refuse to hear you on this. I refuse. Opinionated in chief at your service. What's up, Valeric? many times to get into Kingmaker, but find it really overwhelming with all the level up options. Is Wrath of the Righteous easy to understand, or is it the same in that regard? As far as the level up options, I feel like they're basically the same. But the difference with Wrath is I have the whole wealth of videos on my channel, Valeric, which will help you figure out exactly what you want. Or if you put in some comments and say, hey, this is the type of class where I'm looking for, myself or one of the many people here who have played Wrath of the Righteous will help you figure out exactly what you want to play. Well, like the modern Fire Emblem titles. So turns out my daughter wants to get a Switch 2. So I assume I can play the Fire Emblem games, and I might check them out on that system. I wouldn't be able to do it on the channel, but I might end up playing them. Couldn't bring myself to do another run of BG3. It felt boring after the first run. What am I going to do? Be evil with half the reactivity? Exactly. That's exactly what I felt. You have a pretty substantial Brazilian audience. Seems like it, and I appreciate each and every one of you. Each and every one of you.
I'm a painter by trade, as you can see, but
I don't know why, though. I don't know what I did to attract all the Brazilians, but I'll take it.
My talents in a downtrodden city like Saisio, and you'd be quite right. I travel around Andervale, mastering my craft and finding new subjects to add to my litany of lovely portraits and comic maps. Like this rooster I'm working on now, and the landscape that surrounds me.
There is a way to play Switch 2 on streams. I feel like I would have to have the Switch 2 here in my room and then connect it to my computer with a capture card or something like that. Think part of it is what time you stream? Why you say that? I resemble a Brazilian? Full of optimism? Hey, man, I can only be me. Only be me. There's a lot of Brazilian. You stream all. Oh, because I stream in the evening? Oh, that's what you were saying, Wine God. The time that I'm streaming causes me to catch a lot of Brazilian. Makes sense. Makes sense. There are several good Fire Emblems on Switch, but a lot are trapped on older systems and handhelds. Got you.
Don't talk to me. You're making me lose the focus.
What are you doing here?
Can't you see I'm busy modeling? Obviously, someone's plumage isn't magnificent enough to inspire genius. All those naysayers in the past. See what I've become. Hundreds of years from now, people will wonder, who is that cook? So inspired.
Wow. Amazing.
Source hunters, eh? All right, proper. We're finally getting a hand. Things is chaos.
BG3 is a fantastic game, but a lot of the magic goes away after a first run. Yep, I would agree. Everybody slided to the Pogade. What's a Pogade?
If you've got a favourite sheep, best to fry her up now before she gets thieved in the night like me dear.
Fry up your sheep now?
The finest in me herd.
Good Lord. Tell me about yourself.
Now that the herd's gone, old Bertie's just scratching by like a hen till the next batch of beasties comes through.
What's your herd?
I recently sold most of the tender loves to a trader heading north. Plenty of business that way these days. Those miners must be preparing for a mighty great feast. Wish I could have a nibble on my dear darlings, all ground and spiced.
Is a pagode like Mardi Gras? Yeah, now you got me curious. What's a pagode? Hopefully nothing crazy comes up. Pagode is a lively Brazilian subgenre of samba, originating in Rio de Janeiro, that started as informal parties, also called pagodes, with food, music, and dancing, featuring instruments like the cavaquinho, pandeiro, and tantan. What's a cavaquinho? Oh, it's similar to a guitar. It's a small 4-string Portuguese instrument from the guitar family, known for its bright, crisp sound in Brazilian samba and choro music. What is a tantan? Tantan is an Asian dating app. Tantan instrument. Tauntaun is like a drum. It's a cylindrical hand drum from Brazil that is used in small samba and pagoda ensembles. Rather Rights is $7 on the Xbox Store. It's a sacrifice of other way. Rather Righteous is much better with all the DLC. That's a worthy sacrifice. It's Uncle Guga. You've never even heard of these instruments? Well, there you go. You learn something new every day. Absolutely. What's a pandero? The pandero, oh, I've seen this before. Popular Brazilian single-headed frame drum, similar to a tambourine, but with a drier, crisper sound, featuring a wooden shell, a tunable head, and pairs of metal jingles. Ho, ho, ho. Tan is that thing Luke rode in Empire Strikes Back. Enjoy the beer at barbecue. Is Brazil known for its barbecue? Who's Uncle Guga? Refers to Gustavo Tosta, the popular Brazilian YouTuber known for his food channels like Google Foods. I might have actually seen this guy. And then finally, what's a hangi? Hangi refers to a traditional Maori New Zealand method of cooking food in an underground pit using hot rocks, creating tender, smoky, earthy flavored meals like pork, lamb, and root vegetables, essential for community gatherings and celebrations. So when you say you invite me to a hangi, is that like a food party, Hex? Interesting. Do you have any work for a trio of sailors?
Sorry, can't help you there. Haven't got enough livestock left to warrant a hand with the work.
Carno, what's up, man? Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Buon Natale. Yeah, man, 40K subs, dude. It's happy times. Appreciate it, man. Debo, I've actually always wanted to go to Brazil. My brother and I are considering either doing a trip to Brazil or a trip to Amsterdam, not next year, but the year after next. Brazil is definitely known for its barbecue. Really? Wow. Hey, Sleepy Dog, you never know what you're going to see on one of my streams. What's up, man? You've had some Brazilian food, but not a lot? I'm invited to the cookout, Moonlight. Thank you. I appreciate it. It's like so a hangai is like the Maori version of a cookout. Awesome. Awesome. I'm with it. You all already know I love good food. We have a great Brazilian barbecue steakhouse called Texas de Brazil. I've been there before. I've been there. If I remember correctly, though, I think I prefer Fogo de Chao. Fogo de Chao is the one that had Google Fogo de Chao. You'll be surprised. Nope, I've been there. It's one of my wife's and I favorite spots. It's definitely one of our favorite spots. But they had a lot of meat, but they didn't have barbecue, which is why I was surprised you said barbecue. Brazilian food is perfect winter food. I can see that. There's a Brazilian barbecue place in a hometown called Fireball. It was amazing. Nice. That's awesome, Jeff. So they're going to have to do a cookout tour across the world at this rate. JV, I'm 100% down for that.
Oh, Ogget's been missing for more than a fortnight. I love that sheep, you know. Was planning to cook her into a fine midwinter night haggis myself. Do tell me if you hear anything about her. I plan on pursuing whoever stole her with my cleaver in hand.
Well, damn. Cleaver in hand, lady? Okay. You know what? I'm remembering now. Divinity Original Sin 1 had a pretty extensive crafting system, right? So does this game, if I right click it, okay, it does not, wait, no, not that. Here, that's a grenade. So here we go. If I right click, combine with, this game has a crafting system as well. And I already know from DOS 2 that you can combine these two things. Wait, what? Not enough crafting ability. You have discovered a potential item combination, but lack the requirements to successfully complete the combination. That's not cool. All right. So food is just too good. Surprised by how much of this game is voiced. Oh, the Divinity is completely voiced. Larian does not mess around. They do not mess around at all. I've made no progress today in the game.
I see your tired eyes looking a bit teary.
Ooh, what do you have? Blitz Bolt. Bitter cold. Does that mean you got teleport? Where's teleport at? Teleport. And I got enough money for it. Definitely want that. When the chains. Thunder jump. Want that too. High water of life, freezing touch, ice shard, avatar frost, rain. We do need rain. You know, we need someone who's got barter first though. So we'll just keep you in mind for now. Okay, so there's an enchantress here. It's all right, Slay. You made big strides in your community. I appreciate it. What is barbecue in the USA? Yeah, like smoked meats, and usually with like a special sauce on it. Dig the yapper strings. What do you call when you use a charcoal grill? Isn't that smoking too? See that there's no. Whoa! I'm happy to see it too. Oh, that's right, Keck. You were. Also, you're hoping the stone is passed. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome, man. I'm glad to hear it. I know those can take a long time and be super painful. So if you've been able to get away without going through all that, that's definitely awesome. Jahan is your crafter. No, you're good, Bruce. I knew that. I just don't know where the bastard is, but I'm gonna find him. Captain Jack, are you the one who's supposed to? What, do you have any work for a trio of sailors?
Some poor chaps lost their ship and want some work. Just
nice.
send them to me and tell them there's a bit of coin and a lot of rum coming their way if they don't mind a bit of honest labor.
Awesome. Sauce depends on where in the U.S. you are. Yeah, I went to Memphis and they specialized in dry rubs. With Chicago barbecue, it doesn't specialize in dry rubs. It was such an interesting experience. Memphis barbecue was one of the best eating experiences I've ever had while traveling, because I was not at all used to the dry rub barbecue. And I was really not used to listening to music while eating. Like, I'm used to restaurants where they might have the light elevated music going or something like that, but they don't have a live blues band going where you can barely hear each other. You got to lean close to conversate. And I thought I wouldn't like that. And frankly, I thought I wouldn't like barbecue without the sauce, but no, I had a blast in Memphis. I really, really enjoyed Memphis, man. So Texas is famous for salsas barbecue as well. Interesting. Most people in the U.S. view grilling smoking as two different things, but it's a blurry line. Chicago has some of the best live music restaurants in the country. I've never been to any of them. I know this is true. I've just never been to any of them. I'm from the Brazilian South, and churrasco here is very big. It's very traditional. Texas ribs, salt, pepper, and smoke. I definitely want to go to Texas at one point in time, and try some barbecue. We were supposed to do a road trip to Houston when the Bears were going to face them, but unfortunately we didn't make it happen. Tell me about yourself.
Jack's the name, though the title may be a little...
It's very possible, Greg. It's very possible. You like dry rub with sauce, Keck? 12-hour red soda, wildest thing you've seen.
Sheep's cheese, tomatoes.
Greg, what game are you playing these days? Have you finally gotten off of Avowed? What happened to your crew?
Those scallywags heard there be silver in the Lacula mines.
Ooh.
And they abandoned ship like the lily-liver turkeys they are.
Lily-liver turkeys.
Docked.
Mm-hmm. And then you're a fish, just a fish vendor. Interesting. And whoa.
No one's around. You wouldn't raise a fuss if I borrowed one of these fish, would you?
Borrow indeed. I'll sooner meet a cat wizard than see that merchant repaid.
Come now, I'll be good for it, I swear. Oh, my story's tired by now. I was happy enough, prosperous enough, before these lean times around Sicil began. Still, that doesn't waive a man's need to eat, you know.
True. Brisket is what I hear about all the time when it comes to Texas. You should try Hutch's barbecue when you make it there. Love the Texas Twinkies? What's a Texas Twinkies?
I never would have dreamt of resorting to petty theft during better times. But what choice have I got now?
Smoke for
If it's
24
steal or
hours?
starve,
Ooh.
I'll choose steal.
I destroyed, avowed, all achievements done. I remember you mentioning that. Oh, you're currently doing Path of Exile 2 and Where Winds Meet. Interesting. So how do you like Where Winds Meet? I keep seeing that there are a lot of videos about that game, but I haven't actually watched any trailers on that game yet, and I know nothing about it. Do you feel like it's a game I should check out? Fried cream cheese? That's what the Texas Twinkie is, fried cream cheese. Interesting. Night Kid, go ahead and get yourself something to eat. What's the traditional barbecue sides in Chicago? Coleslaw is definitely a consistent side. Cornbread. They do beans here. And depending on the spot, you might get fries. A jalapeno wrapped in bacon, stuffed with cream cheese and brisket. Oh, that's interesting. Where Winds Meet has been a shockingly enjoyable, deeply cherished cultural thing. Interesting. Texas Twinkies are barbecue meat stuffed jalapenos. Man, that sounds amazing. Why aren't they doing that up here?
So what do you think? Should I snag a fish?
No. That merchant has to eat too, you know. Leave the fish alone.
Get it while it's fresh.
Yes, you know what they say about giving a man a fish? This man should learn to stand on his own 2 feet.
I suppose you've got a point. Another day, another rumbling belly.
You'll be all right.
Hungry man, you know.
That thief is free for now. But I wonder how long it'll be until his growling belly seduces him back onto the crooked path.
1 second. Go look at Moonlight's picture in the VIP chat. What is going on here? Whoa! That's crazy. Oh, there, the pitch there that they're light on fire? That's wild. That looks like it's gonna be some good eatings. Yo. All right, so I'm gonna definitely have to make my way to Brazil at some point, and when I do, I'm gonna have to get some Brazilian barbecue for sure. Whoa! A Texas Twinkie is a spicy, savory appetizer featuring a jalapeno pepper stuffed with a mixture of cream cheese and smoked brisket, wrapped in bacon, seasoned, and then smoked or baked until the bacon is crispy, creating a popular Texas barbecue treat often found at places like Hutch's Barbecue, one you mentioned. They are essentially jalapeno poppers elevated with brisket and barbecue flair, sometimes finished with a barbecue sauce glaze. Dude, that looks freaking amazing. Damn. That's crazy. All right. I'm going to definitely have one of those for sure. That's crazy. You say, I can't believe this is free so many times. Where Winds Meet is hands down the best free game you ever played. An ultimate wuxia fantasy. What is wuxia? Wuxia, meaning martial heroes or martial chivalry, is a popular Chinese genre of fantasy fiction about heroic martial arts in ancient China, known for stylized kung fu, gravity-defying feats, and epic tales of justice in the Jianghu martial world. It blends Chinese history and philosophy with superhuman abilities, focusing on heroes who follow a personal code of honor, fighting corruption and oppression in a world where martial prowess is attainable through training. Think Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, but with fantastical elements, setting it apart from grounded kung fu films. That sounds fantastic. Basically, China's version of medieval medium fantasy. That sounds like an amazing time. Not quite low, not quite high. What are barbecue shotgun shells? Barbecue stuffed manicotti. Crazy. That sounds the same. What's up, Rug? How are you, dude? Wins look like there's no story. Also, Dynasty Warriors is classic wuxia. Oh, okay. I've never done a full playthrough of Dynasty Warriors, but I have played it before.
Instruction lasts. The last thing the plagued people of Sicil need is a thief among them.
Nice. Everything that involves Three Kingdoms romance is peaked. I guess she's good with me just taking this.
What a find.
And can't take that though. All right. We already came through this way. Did we talk to you? I don't remember that. Oh, what an Undertaker want? Okay, cool. Think Dynasty Warriors Origin is worth a play if you don't know the game super well. It's pronounced Wuxia. Okay. Thank you. All right, now there's you. We talked to all of you. So now let's look at the map. Town Hall bathroom. Did I go over there? I don't think I did. There's also whatever this place is, right? This is not the place, right? Okay. So there's a well here. If I wanted to combine certain things, I could do it at the well. Mendius, okay. Ooh, scale straps. That looks like something I could use to make water. Is that holy? Holy hand grenade. Interesting. Wonder if grenades are useful in this game. And a skull. I'm just going to take it off of GP. And then
there. A moment of your indulgence, if you please. You are the source hunter, are you not? The hero the whole of Sicil is abuzz about. The talk of the town. The juiciest grape on the grapevine. Such a pleasure to meet you. A delight.
Hey Slater, you ever check out the CRPG subreddit? Lots of good discussions in there. Yep, I check it out every so often. Sure do. There's actually been a couple of times that I specifically made a video because of something I saw there, where I was like, that's an interesting topic, or if I say, there seems to be a lot of people who have questions about this, let me do that. I've posted my videos in that subreddit once or twice, and one time it actually got quite a bit of traction. My only issue is I hate that Reddit won't let you change your name, so my name is not slandered at all. And so it makes it weird when I say, hey, this is my video, or if I raise my hand. This, you know, it's crazy. There's been a couple of times where people had posted my video in the subreddit, and then it got taken down because they were accused of self-promoting, and nobody believed them when they said they weren't me. And so then they reached out to me and they're like, do you know what had just happened? And I'm like, I don't even know how to help you. My name doesn't even say slandered. But I need to look at that. I'm probably gonna have to try to create a new Reddit account and just start fresh on the history where my name actually says slandered, so then I can start building up more of a rapport with the folks who are on that subreddit. couple of hours in WWM. I don't think you'd like it. It's a little too thin and predictable for your taste. Gotcha. Okay, thanks for the warning, Cardinal. Try to pronounce Pinion. What's up, Benson? Merry Christmas to you as well. Voice actor, this reminds you of Fable game? Yep, definitely. Definitely. My name is not slander. Yeah, when I created my Reddit account, of course I didn't have a channel yet, so I just used what used to be my old Xbox handle, Omni Tremere. All right, and so I want to be able to change that over to slander. They won't let me do it.
No, scratch that. It is so much more than a delight. It is an intervention of fate.
Minor healing.
Yes, that's it. Fate has put me on this very spot, so I may tell you all about a most intriguing opportunity indeed.
And you are?
Mendius, at your service. What is my profession? Well, I'll tell you what it used to be, and that is a man of medicine. But what does a man of medicine do but mend what has first been broken? I saved lives, to be sure, but today I change them.
You're not worried about the undead out and about?
They call the undead a problem, my friend.
What's up, Luke? You're not late, man. You're right on time. Good to see you. Glad you're able to make it.
They see opportunities. An enterprising spirit can wrench riches from cold dead rocks. Or from cold dead, full stop.
But that opportunity you mentioned.
Oh, it's not merely an opportunity. It is a once-in-a-lifetime chance to become better. To become the full extent of the promise that is locked inside of each and every one of us. So first of all, let me ask you this question.
Do you like adventures? Of course I do. How can someone in my profession not?
Quite right. Adventure is what we live for.
See here.
Bold.
You and I share the same passion. I never doubted it for a moment. The thrill of walking the unbeaten path. The rush of finding yourself in a goblin ambush, knowing you'll prevail nonetheless.
I don't know if that's what I live for, but okay.
Your line of work comes with such measly recompense. Am I right? The wage of a mere soldier. Now, between you and me, tell me truthfully, don't you sometimes wish you could earn more?
Sniper, that's what I like to hear. That's exactly the way I like it. I want you to say I thought there was just going to be 1 or 2 videos. It turns out pretty much whatever subject you're looking for, whatever topic you need information on, you should be able to find a video on my channel that'll satisfy your needs. Like I said earlier, I don't go deep on all games, but when I go deep on a game, I cover everything. This dude is running an MLM. Don't you sometimes wish you could earn more? Riches do not interest me much, actually.
Nor me. Wealth is but vanity.
Damn, whatever AI I pick for her is like completely on point. Miguel, what's up, man? Appreciate you coming through, man. Oh, congrats on 40K. Hey, appreciate it, dude. Merry Christmas, man. It's a great time. It's an exciting time. Figure out what kind of character you want to play as you're diving into the videos. Needs some community fantasy art of slandered in character showcasing his library of Pathfinder lore, combat art, literature. Absolutely. Yeah, Wrath took a good bit. Yeah, you know, I kind of flowed in and out of Wrath. My first year, I was hardcore Wrath. Like, Wrath was damn near the only game I covered. And then in my second year, I actually consciously made a choice, stop covering Wrath. I'm not going to do anything with Wrath because I started to feel self-conscious creatively. I started to be like, oh man, you know, what if people see me as the Wrath of the Righteous guy and they think I can't cover anything else? You know, like what if I'm what if making so many videos about this game is making me look like a one-trick pony? You know, I started to feel real self-conscious about it. So I purposefully was like, I'm gonna cover other things so that it's more clear and obvious. Hey, I'm good. I'm a good content creator in general. I am not a good Wrath of the Righteous content creator. And that's when I got really heavy into King Arthur, and I started spreading around to some other games that were happening during that time as well. And it's like, on the one hand, I did make some very popular videos for sure, and my channel, you know, kept chugging along, but I didn't do particularly well that game because I didn't understand the YouTube ecosystem. Like, you're supposed to have an anchor game. Everybody has a game that they regularly cover that anchors them, and then they do other stuff as well. Like Wolfheart, BG3 anchors them, and then he does some other stuff. Morty has gotten to the point that he could just do whatever, but before, absolutely, Divinity anchored him, and then later on, Wrath of the Righteous anchored him, and that propelled him to the places where he could just now do whatever he wants, you know? So, like, there's no shame in having 500, 600 videos about one game. It doesn't make you look bad on YouTube, because there's a whole lot of people who got 600 videos and their channels are still going nowhere, you know? So either you're skilled at what you're doing or you're not. I had to learn that. I had to kind of grow into that. Fun fact, Slater has a God of War review on my channel. I do, and no one has watched it. That's a fact. That might have been the year, actually. That might have been the year where I was like trying to prove I could do different things and whatnot. And yeah, God of War was one of the games that I got into, and those experiences were good though, because it made me much more comfortable with centering in, I'm a CRPG content creator. That's what I do, right? Like, I'm much more confident and comfortable now in, I cover this lane. There might be big games outside of this lane. I might even play some of those games in my personal time, but on my channel, I stick with CRPGs. That's what I'm about. That's what I'm about. A random God of War video. Is this a lost landed lore? Yeah, I actually put a lot of effort into that God of War video too. Well, it wasn't a lot of effort editing wise. It was actually easy from an editing standpoint, but part of the reason I felt motivated to review the game was because playing through God of War reminded me a lot about my own upbringing. Like with my father, I was homeschooled as a child. So I was with my father pretty much all day, every day, you know, and he was absolutely a taskmaster. He was absolutely, you know, he was someone very, very harsh. I absolutely grew up as a kid feeling like I'm not sure if my father even loves me, you know, and so watching that experience in God of War, man, it felt like seeing my own childhood in a fantasy setting, and that was so impactful for me. So that motivated me to want to review and cover a game that usually I would have just played on my own and kept it moving. CRPGs for the win, absolutely, absolutely. I'm BO7. I'm currently on a Tainted Grail biz. Nice, as I got it for Christmas, and I plan on tackling the DLC. Yeah, Tainted Grail is another game that I would usually have skipped over. Only reason, take care, Deacon. Have a good night, dude. Only reason I ended up covering Tainted Grail is because Wolfheart kept talking about it. And because Wolfheart kept talking about it, and the dev reached out to me, right? And I'm real conscious of, if a dev reaches out to me, I always give their game a look. It's very rare that I immediately write them off and say, there's no way I'm doing this, right? If a dev emails me, then, you know, indie, whatever, I look at their game and I say, does this fit with what my channel does? And when I looked at Tainted Grail, it doesn't really fit with what I usually do, but Wolfheart spoke so highly of it, and then being an indie dev, I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and give this a whirl and see how it is. And turns out I liked it. It's still not like, again in the lane of games I usually enjoy, but I've been happy with my time with Tainted Grail, and it's been a fun covering it, frankly. It's been fun covering it. You thought you spawned in this world 40 years old, married? Man, oh man. That's the video that got you to sub? Which video, Quintek? Feel a bit bad for Invicta for that every Binding of Isaac video is 20K. Anything else? One bro is stuck with one game forever. Oh, what is Binding of Isaac? Is that a video game? Fat Path writes for years and never really gave it out his chance. I think we're gonna check some of your videos and give it a go. Nice! That's awesome, Greg. That's awesome. I hope you enjoy it, man. Sounds like a less extreme version of the child star. Mix a chord and prove that not a child actor anymore. Exactly.
No, you're
exactly.
I bet that in your heart of hearts, your eyes.
Tandy Grail didn't hook you, Hex. It's not for everybody. It's definitely not for everybody.
During your travels.
I think I did a video comparing Tainted Grail to Avowed. The God of War video is what got you to subscribe, Quintek? That's crazy. I would have never thought the God of War video would have resulted in somebody becoming a member on the channel. That actually makes me feel good because Moonlight is correct. That video was completely ignored. And I expected that, so I didn't feel too bad because I was like, this video is more for me than anybody else. But that's amazing that you saw that video. It's like, yo, this is a channel I want to be on. And then you've actually like stuck around. That's awesome. Did you play any CRPGs growing up as a kid or did you discover them as an adult? Kind of both. My father didn't allow me to play games as a kid. He felt very strongly against them, felt like basically they'll rot your mind, that type of thing. But my sister played one of the King's Quest games. My sister's like 8-9 years older than me, and so she got to do things I wasn't able to do. And my father watched her play a King's Quest game, and he was like, you know what? This is actually kind of cool. You use your mind a little bit. And so he was like, I'm okay with you having this. So when the sequel to that came out, King's Quest Air Today, Gone Tomorrow, I played that game. And I would consider that a CRPG. I don't know if you all would consider CRPG. Maybe it's only considered a PC game. But that's the first game I played where I was like, okay, I really, really like games. Then when I finally moved out of the house, that's pretty much like the only game my father let me have as a kid. But when I finally moved out of the house, that was right when the Xbox came out. And I was like, I know I like games, but I don't think I like games enough to put down $250 for an Xbox console because that was going to be a whole lot for me. But I watched somebody play KOTOR, and I just so happened to come to his house like 30 minutes before he was getting his lightsaber for the first time. So I watched him be like a regular guy and then become a Jedi and get a lightsaber. I went out, got an Xbox, picked up KOTOR right then and started playing it, right? And so then I was an Xbox guy for a while, right? And KOTOR is a CRPG, but it didn't really get me into CRPGs. The game that really got me into CRPGs was Pillars of Eternity. I played Pillars of Eternity, and then I was like, okay, what are other games like Pillars of Eternity? And then that's when I went back and played the older Baldur's Gate games, and then I played Kingmaker. And that whole process finally convinced me to be a content creator. Because I was always like, my father had been telling me for years that he felt like I should be a content creator. Years ago, when Ninja was hot and Fortnite was like at its peak, he saw an article with Ninja in Forbes, and he was like, well, why can't you do what Ninja's doing? And I'm like, Dad, I'm playing Mass Effect. I'm playing, like Dragon Age. Nobody's going to sit and watch me play these games. And so he obviously didn't agree, but I was steadfast like, nah, it wouldn't work. But then, around that time, I'm playing Pillars and all that kind of stuff. My daughter is born. And I'm like, what is she going to see when she looks at me? I wanted to see someone who's at least trying to accomplish their dreams and goals. I don't want her to see someone who's just like, oh, I can never do that, so I'm not even going to try. So I'm like, you should at least try. Well, how are you going to try? When I played Pathfinder Kingmaker, I was like, yo, not only could people watch me play, but this game is complicated enough that I can make guides and builds about this and actually break down things for people. And I can tell it would be something that folks would find value in. Like I can see the path of how I can make a successful channel. I didn't feel like I could do the same thing with like Mass Effect or Dragon Age because I'm like, you're just gonna watch me play. And I felt like if you're not doing something competitive, like with Call of Duty or Fortnite or something like that, you're not going to be able to attract people to the channel. I don't think that way anymore, but before I had a channel, that's kind of the way I had it in my mind. But I played through Kingmaker and I was like, this is it, this is the move. And I played through Kingmaker years after it came out. So it just so happened right after Kingmaker came out, right after I finished with Kingmaker, the news came out, a beta of Wrath of the Righteous is about to start. And I'm like, this is it. This is it. This is what I'll do. And so my first video when I made my channel was actually a breakdown of all the companions in Wrath of the Righteous for the beta. And my first video with like 40 subscribers, I got 4,000 views. And I was like, you figured it out. You unlocked it. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's go. Yeah, KOTOR for sure is goated. KOTOR absolutely is goated. That's one of my dislikes of gaming these days. A new game can't just come out without it being compared to everything around it, even if it has a slight similarity. Mello, as soon as I finish with Divinity 1, which who knows what that be, because I keep ending up in these conversations with you all, I'm definitely doing Divinity 2. We're going to do Divinity 1 and Divinity 2. Oh, you found me because of Necromancer's Tale. That's awesome, Messa Bill. That's fantastic. That's fantastic. All the Bioware Games channels disagree. Your Dragon Age content made me so to you. Yo, it's a shame how EA destroyed that game and the weirdos attacking people for playing it. You know, I've been doing these interviews with devs. I'm giving serious consideration to trying to see if I can get a Dragon Age interview going. Like pull together some of the devs that were heavily involved in the Dragon Age series. I just don't know if there's an appetite yet for us to engage in that content in a healthy way. And plus that might make some people uncomfortable or hesitant about doing it, right? But I would love to do that type of interview for sure. For sure. Thanks for the story how you discover RPG. I hope your channel keeps growing. Hey, thank you. I appreciate it, dude. It's my pleasure. My pleasure. But no, streaming games isn't as big as it was before. That's why all the big streamers went to drama and politics. Yep, because it draws a bigger crowd. It does, but no, I'm straight. I'm straight on that. You also came through for Dragon Age and Slatter's Viz. Fresher to watch in the midst of all the hatred. Hey, thank you all. I'm really happy to hear that. Really happy to hear that. I had that same experience with Logain and your dad. He treated me a lot like he treats Lenore, and even related to the line about how Logain said that fathers can never see their daughters as adults. He had substance abuse problems and kicked me out. We kind of admitted things, and Logain still reminds me of him. Flawed and self-righteous, but understandable. That's incredible. So for me, my father homeschooled my brothers and I as kids. So I went to school until second grade, and then my father pulled me out of school. My mother and father are both professors, and they felt like they could do a better job with us than the school system could. So they pulled me out of school when I was in second grade. I didn't go back to school until it was time for college. And I never got summers off. So you know how if you go to regular school, you go through regular seasons, you get your summers off, and then in fall you go back to school? Well, it didn't work that way. For me, it was 24/7, or rather every single day, 365. I didn't get summers off, and I didn't get all the same holidays off that other people got either. But the advantage of that is I got into college much earlier. So in America, most people don't get into college until they were 18. I got into college when I was 14. I graduated when I was 19. So it was a really tough childhood to go through. Like I don't really have like childhood friends outside of my brothers, you know, and I didn't have all those social experiences people had as far as like going through high school and, you know, being around a whole bunch of other kids and all that kind of stuff. But I was also able to be 19 years old with a college degree, and a college degree in information systems during a time when tech was hot. And consequently, I'm 41 years old now. I've really never had a time where I flat out couldn't take care of myself. I've always been able to have a job. I've always been able to keep a roof over my head. I had one situation where I had to ask my mother to pay my rent. And that wasn't even because like I couldn't get a job. I just screwed up. I got what's it called? I got laid off from a job and they gave me a severance, and I waited too long before I started looking for another job. So my severance ran out before I had my money, before I had a new gig to make up for it. So I had to ask my mom to cover 1 month until I got another job, and then I got my money up, and then I paid her stuff back. Other than that, I've never had that kind of issue. I've always been able to keep a roof over my head, and I'm thankful for it. So like, my childhood was rough, but I wouldn't really have it any other way, because I've definitely benefited from everything that happened. If anyone can manage to do the interview in a respectful manner, it would be, I appreciate it, man. If you get that interview, ask them why they hate Morgan, Liliana, Isabella so much that they refuse to bring them back. I'll see what I can do, Master Bill. It's honestly amazing your whole school has such charisma and a warm personality. Oh, thank you, Skeletons. My mother's a very personable person. My dad, not really, but my mother's very, very personable. And, you know, I was raised to be warm and empathetic. Like, my parents were, first and foremost, they were definitely hardcore, like, pro-black, care about your people, you know, they wanted to make sure all their sons understood that they're black, and, you know, like, see, you should feel a natural kinship with other black people. But also, even beyond that, they were always very conscious of, like, making sure I didn't have certain biases, you know, and didn't have certain like personality defects that I saw in people when I went to college. So like, it wasn't until I got to college that I truly understood, like, folks who have these strong issues with the pride community, folks who have this strong sense of materialism, like folks who need to have the best watch and the best jackets and all that kind of stuff. My folks always were strongly against all that and kept me away from all that. And so, and I had a strong enough foundation that I never internalized it afterwards. So to this day, like, I make a lot more money now, but if I went back to 40, like making like, you know, 30, 40 a year, I would be just fine, because I live in a very frugal manner. Like, my biggest expense is paying for games for this channel, to be honest with you. Like, outside of, like, you know, rent and, you know, my card note and all that kind of stuff, I'm not the type of guy having like the best and brightest things. I'm not judgmental towards people. I understand we all got our own weaknesses. We all got our own things going on. We all got our own cultures and backgrounds. And so all of that came from my folks. So even though I was homeschooled, I think I was homeschooled in a different way than perhaps a lot of other folks, is what it is. I found 3-4 years ago in Beta Wrath of the Righteous when I had this voice like YouTube intro. So I used to have the intro with my full name. I stopped doing that because I got to, like, I think it was like 5,000 subscribers. And my wife was like, yeah, you need to switch it up. I don't want everybody just knowing what your name is. People are going to see that, because I spent it took me 8 months to get to 1,000, right? So that's 8 months where I'm putting in all this time and work, but I'm not making any money. I'm not getting any subscribers, and I didn't live stream either. So it's like, for someone who's not actually in it, it's hard to see, you know, is this actually going to become anything? Is this going to, you know, blow up? But then when the subscribers started coming in, she's like, well, you know, let's consider, you know, of course, you know, if people want to find information about you, they can, but let's not make it totally easy for them. Would love to hear what Trick and John have to say. Absolutely. You should interview the one guy who is the background guy for BG1 and 2. Who are you talking about, one guy? You should reach out to Mark Dara. He's a chill guy. Yeah, I've seen some of his videos. See some of his videos. I think he's awesome. Yeah, Gregory and I went to college together. So he knew me 14 years old when I got to college. Gregory was one of the people who knew me. In fact, we're in the same organization together. So this mug I drink out of, Greg, it's actually a Groove 5 Groove mug. We got to get you on Persona to get you that high school life sim. Really? That's all. I'm interested. I'm looking forward to that. People keep telling me that Persona is amazing. What's up, Pounder? How are you, dude? Looking like a home present. Nah, not a genius, Grug. And that's all my folks. My folks just pushed me really, really hard. What's up, Fami? How are you, dude? I blame you for making me binge this game for a week. Oh, nice. I just restarted for the third or fourth time. Nice. One of the things I relate to most is when Alistair talks about his parents. I never had a dad, and that voice actor really helped me to build upon that for a large amount of my life. I fought with the am I good enough for love? I don't even have the love of my father. What else is there? I mean, frankly, even having my father, I kind of felt that way. I kind of felt like, is there something wrong with me that it seems like, he dislikes me? And he's really there for me. So, I mean, no, my father was always there for me, always present, but, didn't always feel like he liked me as a person. That's when my mother really stood up and took that role, and now I'm more loved, don't need a man. I don't even know, that just happens to be my father. Absolutely. Absolutely. What's important is that you can get that love and empathy from somewhere, but that's absolutely what I wanted to avoid with my child, and even, funny enough, as much as harsh as my father could be, my father actually was always the types of person who was very adamant about giving all of his kids hugs and kisses. Like, we always got physical affection from my father, which I know is a thing that a lot of kids didn't get. And he said the reason for that was because he didn't get that from his parents. My father had a very, very hard upbringing. And even though he could be harsh and sometimes come off as unfeeling, it actually was important to him. I can see that more looking back now. It was important to him that his kids actually did feel loved, and that they did feel cared for. I didn't feel like my father liked me growing up, but I never felt like he would abandon me. I always knew he would be there. I always knew if I had a problem or issue that my father would be the first one to take care of it and stand up for me. And so at the end of the day, I can't complain, because I know there's a whole lot of people like Hex, who didn't have a father in their life that treated them the same way at all. You did a post about him. I can't remember his name, but you all were talking about him in the interview. Oh, you're talking about Mark Dara. Yeah, the one who was doing all the programming. My dad was a hold this flashlight when I yell at you kind of guy. Exactly. Your family doesn't do physical affection? Yeah, wine guy. Everybody's different. Everybody's different, for sure. For sure. Nothing else. Persona has amazing music. I'm looking forward to it. I like Metaphor so much, man. Had a great time with Metaphor. I really, really enjoyed that experience. Hearing your father really support your content creator choice, love, man, it's, again, he's someone who's always there. And my father, again, not judgmental at all. Would he have chosen content creation as the road for me? Would he have said, hey, I really want you to do games? No, but he knows that it's what I want to do. And so since what's different about my father is my father's very business minded. Again, he reads Forbes, right? He saw Ninja in Forbes. So I feel like my father homeschooled my brothers and I, hoping that we would be like the next Bill Gates and we would be the next founders of Apple, right? But the problem with that is my father homeschooled us, but he was also very, very adamant about making sure we didn't worship money. We had multiple conversations about money is just a piece of paper. Don't allow yourself to be controlled by money. Don't allow yourself to be ruled by money. And so it's like he had these conflicting messages about what we were supposed to be really going after. So he has a son now who I don't allow money to control me at all. Like I just said, I make more money now, but I've made less money. I adapted either way. I'm not the type of dude who's really ruled by money. Being a father and a husband now, my my bottom is higher. Like the least amount of money I can have in order to feel okay is higher now, because I want to make sure I can pay for my daughter to go to college. I want to keep a roof over my head. I want to be able to do something nice for my wife every once in a while, right? But when it was just me, if I was the only person I had to worry about, bro, I can make $30,000-$40,000 a year and it's fine. I don't have to be like top shelf, because I was brought up with, hey, money comes, money goes. But the problem with that as well is that my father never taught us financial responsibility. We never learned anything about saving money, about investing money, about how to cultivate money, et cetera, et cetera. So I've always had enough money to easily live and be comfortable, but I've never had a stockpile of money. Money goes through my hands like water. I get it, I spend it, and oftentimes I don't know what I spend it on, even though I live a very frugal lifestyle. So it's like, that makes it even worse, because oftentimes I spend it on things that don't have real meaning. Like I'll spend it on food, you know, like right now one of the biggest expenses when my wife and I looked at the things we're spending money on is like Uber Eats. I got to stop going to Uber Eats, you know, so it's stuff like that where I'm not buying watches and things of that nature, but I'm also not taking care of things financially. That's one of the things at 40 that I decided has to become really, really different. I must do a better job of managing my finances and understanding where my money is going and understanding how to stack it up more and more. And that's some things we're gonna have to teach ourselves. I am lucky to have married an accountant, darling, and I do absolutely appreciate you. Also, his first character where I felt seen, he felt like me, and as a kid, I needed that. I needed a character, especially a male one to look up to, so in a way, Alistair is like a father figure to me. That's crazy. That's really, really interesting to hear. Wow. My dad says your happiness doesn't matter in your job. The only thing that matters is if you can buy a house. Yep. Some dads are like that. Both parents in your life were transient. Father got custody of me. They just dumped me in a parking lot, called my mother to come get me, and took off out of state with new wife and kids. That's wild. That's wild. I am so sorry to hear that, Frosty. Wow. Yeah, and it's stuff like, when I hear stuff like that, it makes me really say like, yo, be thankful for the father you had. Be thankful for the father you had, because if he was there and if he didn't beat you and your mother, or you know, like always drug addicted and causing chaos, he may not give as many hugs as you wanted. He may not tell you I love you all the time, but you could have had it a whole hell of a lot worse. Could have had it worse. My parents were always the one to take my friends, because half the kids I knew came from broken, abusive families. You have a big foster family. That's amazing, dude. That's the way it should be. I always lean towards shaman archetypes of gaming, but for this Path of Right playthrough, what class should I play for? A poet, storyteller archetype? They have shaman, and shamans are amazing. There's one particular type of shaman. Is it shaman or something else? They have there's a ogre shaman class that gets a pet that's very powerful, Greg. You could try that one. Started teaching high school with a master's degree at 40K. Nice! Never taught you how to manage money? Exactly. Exactly. I'd be happy with a couch, TV, laptop, and a console. It's not much more you need. Not much more you need. I felt my dad didn't like me as a kid, but now look back and see how good of a job he did. I do. I'm in a heck of a lot better situation than most people. I got a full-time job. I'm trying to move into a different career, but frankly, again, I have a job that gives me some comfort and stability while I try to do that. I got a wife who's also got her own full-time job. She's about to get a promotion, so she's going. Things are on the up and up for her. I just told her, I don't see when my current job lets up next year, I'm like, I don't see any reason why I should have to go back to work. Clearly, you boss lady, you know what I'm saying? You know, so I'm gonna just lean on you, darling, until this thing takes off. Shouldn't be a problem. I got a daughter who's healthy. She's happy. She's learning. She just got a report card back from her school. They say she's doing great. Like, At the end of the day, my stuff is in a really, really good place, and I owe a lot of that to my father and the things that my father did to set me up for success. So how can I complain? How can I be mad? Pounder, what's going on, man? Appreciate you signing up as a member over on YouTube, man. Thank you. What up, gent? Just got this. DOS 2 and Stellar Blade. Nice! I keep hearing Stellar Blade is awesome. Move back and forth between two states constantly because of the divorce. Crazy. Yeah, that's one thing I'm thankful that I never had to do. What's going on, Hong Gang? How are you, dude? Did you find the KOTOR 2 companion AI was not too smart and bugged? You know, I never paid attention to the KOTOR 2 companion AI because I was so busy chopping people down with my main character, it didn't matter. Your mother was an accountant? Nice. You want to be a poet storyteller. So, Bard is not good in this game, in Wrath of the Righteous. You know, I would say you could choose any class and just make sure your mythic path is Azada. And then you'll be fine. You'll still get that feeling of being someone who's a storyteller. You don't know, you get DOS 1 and 2 bundled for a little over $10. Where, Awaken? House husband, the dream. Well, I'm currently starting to play through of Prey. I keep hearing that Prey is amazing, Luke. I'm interested to hear your thoughts on it when you finish it, but I keep hearing Scald. Thank you, Fami. Greg, Scald is a class you want to go for. Scald will give you the rad playthrough you're looking for. Princess, what's good? Appreciate you following me over on Twitch. Dapper, you can take a guess how my wife reacted. Oh, Greg, Samikins is my wife, who also went to college with me, so Gregory knows her as well. Sapphire, what's going on? Merry Christmas. Oh, thank you for the congratulations on 40K. It's an exciting time, dude. Be there when you hit 1 mil. Yo, I appreciate it. I got to get to 100K first. My daughter keeps asking, when are you going to get a play button? And frankly, my wife asked about that as well. So I have got to work and get this play button so I can have it back there. My daughter can see it and she can ooh and ah it. What's up, Enrique? Stellar Blade is a great Gooner game. Yeah, I used to get so tired of people taking screenshots of other games, especially black women, and comparing it to the main girl in Stellar Blade and being like, if the such and such a developer really wanted to sell games, they'd make her look more like this. All girls should look like Stellar Blade. And I'm like, would y'all shut up? Just play Stellar Blade and enjoy it, man. Why do you have to put down other women like that? Just stop it. Stop. Ramordes, what up, man? Hey, thank you for the congratulations, dude. I appreciate it. I think you get your first play button at 100K. Gonna ask if you felt connected to other black people, because my friend is a black nerd and grew up in rural Georgia. He said he had a lot of trouble making community with other black people because of his hobbies, but also met a lot of racism and nerdy hobbies and was the first person to ever stand up for him. He's a cool dude and making games now, so I'm happy I was able to support him staying. You know, no, because I grew up super nerd, hardcore nerd, right? But also remember, when I was a kid, I was completely shut in. I was homeschooled as a kid. I wasn't able to go outside. So I wasn't even able to really create connections. And part of the reason for that as well, because the other kids in the neighborhood felt like my brothers and I were weird because we didn't go to school. So they're like, why are they in the house all the time? Why aren't they going to school like the rest of us? So that made it more difficult to like create relationships. But when I got to college, again, I'm 14 years old. All the people around me are 18 years old. So it really didn't matter that I was a nerd, because a lot of them looked at it like, yo, he's just a kid. So they're not looking at it from the standpoint of how cool are you? How many girls can you get? All that kind of stuff. It was more so from the standpoint of, yo, let me take this guy under my wing, make sure he's okay, make sure he's having a good time, that kind of stuff, right? I really, really lucked out where the first few people that I connected with in college that are actually my friends to this day day, they were really good guys. Like, they had their own issues. They were out there, they were doing crazy stuff. But as far as how they dealt with me, they always did right by me and didn't try to push me into a bunch of nonsense or pull me into something that would be negative for me. So I didn't really experience that whole concept of, hey, you know, black people don't like nerd stuff, so, you know, they don't like you as much. I did experience it more when I went out more on the dating scene, because definitely black women were not into nerds, were not into, you know, guys who love comic books and things of that nature when I was growing up. And especially if you say you love video games and that you're in the house playing video games all day, huge turn off to a lot of black women. But again, I lucked out that the woman I really wanted to be with, I met her in college, and I met her very early. So it's like she was messing around for a bit. It took a while before she finally got her act together and we could get married. But I didn't have a whole lot of time where I was like dating other women and trying to figure out the dating scene. I never really was out there for like several years in a row trying to figure out, you know, how I'm going to make this whole other relationship with a woman work, because I always knew the woman that I really wanted to be with. You can play Stellar Blade with two hands. I studied information systems in college. So, minor business information systems. Take care, Kek. Have a good night, dude. Not going to school saved you from a lot of drama. I agree, Devil. I agree. I absolutely agree. Now, my wife, as you will see, would say that the exact opposite. She's been adamant that school is amazing and everyone should go to school. And she's very, very strongly against our daughter being homeschooled. So our daughter's going through the regular school system, even though we could take her and teach her ourselves and have her skip grades and get into college at 14. But, you know, my wife isn't into all that. She's not interested in excellence. She's rather everything just be regular. So it is what it is. There's only so much I can do. So much I can do. Hey, Cardinal, I can only say the truth. Tall Slatter's gonna go business. Nah, look, she's used to this talk from me. She's known me for a long time. I tried to make sure I was a good influence for slander. I appreciate you, Greg. I'm definitely covering Solasta 2. No question about it. I'm thinking Tactical Adventure stepped it up also with Love All People. Absolutely. Absolutely. I did multiple videos for Solasta 2 already. No question about it. Homeschool is good for very specific kind of people, but not for everyone. Yeah, out of all my brothers, I definitely took to it the best. My two younger brothers never graduated from college. Like, they both kind of fizzled out because they did not like being homeschooled nearly as much as me. For me, I hated school. And I was so thankful when my father pulled me out in second grade, and I had no problems really with homeschooling. And as a kid, I worshiped my father, so it's like being taught by him every day. It wasn't like this bad thing. It was like, hey, I'm gonna have my father around. Now over time, things got much harsher, you know, like stuff changed. But like, even for the most part, through the whole experience, I was kind of the goody two-shoes of the three of us, right? So I was the one who got into the least amount of trouble, and I got the least amount of whippings. Whereas my brothers did not act right at all. What up, Gio? Yeah, I didn't know you're IT. Yep, I'm IT. Yo, you're IT of the Navy cybersecurity? Nice. Need to work on getting all your certs? Definitely. Cybersecurity is huge right now, dude. So once you're out the Navy, it shouldn't be a problem at all getting a job. Feel like you need regular schooling to be able to cultivate more social skills. Yep, that's true for most kids. I lucked out with my mother being a psychologist and very personable already. Like, it helped to, I think, develop that to make sure we were okay when we grew up. It's not a regular school system, it's private school. It's regular. She can't skip grades. She can't be 14 in college. It's regular. That's a high chance to destroy the kid's future. That's true. That's true. Hey, Greg, I tried, man. Don't forget that you were, first time you asked the other day. No, it wasn't. I remember you saying you're lucky the guy that interested in you. Hey, but I did what I was supposed to do. All right, at the end of the day. Absolutely, Cardo. At the end, it all worked out. You're a great man, husband, father. Hey, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. I'm not a fan of the modern school system. It stifles creativity and critical thinking. Luke, I need you to say it again for the lady in the back, all right, so that she can hear you, all right? Not a fan of the modern school system, darling, all right? I hope she's not taking the opportunity to check out the chat now. I hope she heard all that. Thank you very much. Oh, I tell you. My wife and I taught junior and senior high school English for about 18 years. Whoa! And we're still divided about whether or not we would homeschool if we have kids. Exactly. Exactly. What's going on, O'Reilly? My dad was grade school principal. I was well behaved, but one of my brothers was a menace. But he ended up becoming a dean of students. Hey, you can't tell what these kids are going to end up being by the way they are when they're young. All right, that's why you got to give everybody a chance. See how they're going to develop.
Even so, my friend,
everybody a
matters
chance.
Of a pecuniary nature aside,
roll the charisma roll, absolutely, Hex.
Without spice. To be a source hunter must get frightfully dreary sometimes. Am I right? All those orders. Investigate this, retrieve that. And at the end of the day, what do you have to show for it? Wouldn't you prefer to call your own shots? Be your own boss?
There's no shame in following directives, but I feel like I'm probably more sort of leader type. It's better to lead than to follow. That much is true.
Better to be served than to serve. I concur.
Well spoken.
Independent.
Well said indeed. Life's too short to spend it doing someone
you got beaten up on the regular for being able to love to be homeschooled. So I didn't get beat up on the regular, but I got bullied on the regular in school because violence was not natural to me. So even though I was bigger than all the kids around me, it didn't naturally occur to me that, hey, you should use your size to intimidate other people, or you should use your size to fight. So anytime they were bullying me, I kind of turned it internal. And I was like, man, what did I do to cause this person to treat me in this way? You know, or what do I need to change in order for things to become different? And so when my father said, hey, we're going to take you out, and really it was they made a joint decision. And it was actually my mother who taught us at first for the first 4 or 5 years, and then my father took over. But when my parents said they're taking me out of school, it was a relief. I was like, I'm so glad I won't have to be around these people who are treating me this way anymore. And I remember my father was livid when he found out. I never told my parents that I was getting bullied because, again, I looked at it as something that was my fault, you know, but my father was livid. He's like, I would have never allowed that to happen to you. I would have went up to the school. We would have handled that, you know, but it wasn't until we moved to Harvey. For the first couple of years, we were in Homewood, but then we moved to Harvey. And Harvey definitely toughened me up. Harvey is where I learned about violence and where I started to realize, like, hey, you can, and maybe in some cases you should, use your weight, use your body to intimidate or maybe flat out harm if the situation calls for it. And it had a negative influence on me, definitely to some degree. I became very angry. Like, I felt like probably some of that previous stuff was pent up. And so when I finally learned more about violence, it made me more angry and more likely to lash out. And so I had to work through that and then finally get to the point where I'm now a person who, you know, I do not search out violence. I do not want violence. I have no desire, you know, to fight or to harm anybody. But if it comes to that, I'm also not just going to let you punk me and treat me any old kind of way. That was the whole process that took me years to get to that point. Sees you were channeling Ember for Wrath and Righteous. What's up, Kaiser? Hey, school was a struggle for you? Mm-hmm. You supplement school with at-home learning? Yeah, that's what we're doing right now. True. You were homeschooled until 9th grade? Interesting. What's up, Cruise Control? My kids are now in a hybrid program. 2 days of school per week and 3 days homeschool. Oh, that's interesting. That's interesting. I was teaching, and I know I had to get out and working with former foster and homeless youth at a college. That's awesome, man. So much happier. I can do what I love without dealing with the BS system so much. Nice. Yeah, Harvey could definitely be hardcore. I had nearly the same experience. I was a gentle giant, so I was a target every time someone needed to show how tough they are. Exactly. Yeah, Quintek, you got to know how to finish them. Otherwise, people are going to just keep picking on you. Harvey would teach you about violence for sure. Absolutely. I still remember to this day, my father, he put us in martial arts, but we had to walk to get there. And we walked past this guy, and he was calling out to my father. He's like, hey man, you need anything, brother? You know, you need something to take the edge off to help you out? And my father was like, nah, man, I'm straight. And kept walking, right? And I came up, pulled on his sleeve, and I was like, hey, Dad, that guy really cares about you, huh? Is he like a friend or something? I just remember my father saying, shut up, Sabori. Man, oh man. What's up, Asgardian? I saw your Captain America shield. I had to come in and say hello. Hey, I appreciate it, dude. The shield was actually a gift from my younger brother. So I got a Captain America shield. Thor's hammer is over there, and then on the other side is Sauron's helmet from Lord of the Rings. All of them are gifts from my younger brother because he knows his older brother all too well. Swag here, you're right. For all our eyes across the world, it is what it is, man. When I was walking home, about 11 people came out. No, whoa! I was about 13, and then I got home. Wow, my brothers asked where this happened. I told them both of them went down to the park. Wow, I'm sorry that happened to you, Hex. I'm sorry that happened to you, man. That's the type of unfortunate stuff I'm talking about, where it's like, why do people feel like they have to control who you are or what you can or cannot do? It's unnecessary. My Christmas was amazing, Asgardian. Had a great day with the family. It was all good. It's been actually really cool. Watch you build out your background. Yeah, it's like evolved over time, right? And to be honest with you, I'm still not satisfied with it. So we might do another evolution, but probably not next year. I'll probably give it some time. But what I really like to do is, I think I might need another camera. I want a wider angle. And then I want to have something like with a sign back there and like move some other things around. But yeah, this is the happiest I've ever been with my background. You know what I feel like is missing? I feel like I'm not getting enough light in this room because I feel like my picture should actually be even better. But I don't know the best way to get light along the back. Like I have this light thing that shines purple on the Sauron helmet, but to me it's almost kind of weird. Like it's just a little bit of purple right there, but it doesn't create a whole shade, and it still feels a little darker than it's supposed to. So it's like I got to figure out how to get that all sitting properly. And then apparently I have a dirty lens, I guess, because when the light shines through the window there, like you can see spots or whatever that come up. So I have to figure out, I bought this cleaning kit, but I've been doing so much work back to back to back that I've been terrified to clean the camera because I'm like, what if I clean it and then it's not right afterwards and then I can't do what I'm supposed to do, yada, yada, yada. So things to consider and deal with over time. We need to get you a directional mic since I know you want to have the mic out of the camera. Yeah, it'd be nice. It'd be nice. I feel like it's probably going to be a while before I'm able to replace this mic. We'll see, though. Night, darling. I love you. I got a friend who made me learn how to use it better. I was angry a lot for about 4 years, finally wore out of anger. Cooking in restaurants. You had to stop cooking. That just made it the anger worse. Oh, you're a chef, Malthus? Yeah, I've heard that's a really, really hard job. Could do strip LEDs behind the bookcase, but where it faces the wall and bounces off. That's a thought. That's a thought. I might have to look at that. Because, yeah, I feels like it's a little too dark. But the problem is, too, with those strip LEDs, I've never understood, like, How do you make sure you're able to turn them off and then turn them on when you actually need them? We'll see. I have to look at something. My brothers will look out for me no matter what. They would fight people for me. They would bully me, but it's more sibling banter, exactly. But at least you have some people in your corner. Let me, though, I still have a scar on right cheek and it looks pretty badass. Well, that's awesome. Hopefully it helps you pull guys every so often. Yeah, I only got, I got chased home one time, and it wasn't really chased home. We were walking back. My parents were crazy thinking about it. We were walking back from the movie theaters by ourselves as kids, and when we were walking back at like 9, 10 o'clock at night, and there are a group of guys across the street. Looking back now, I could tell they were just messing with us, but it was like 5 or 6 like older kids, like they were way older, way bigger than us, and they said, "Hey, when we get across the street and we go to get over to y'all, we gonna beat the F out of y'all," right? And it was, for us, it was terrifying. And so we're still like 6, 7 blocks away from home, and I'm a fat kid, right? Like, I'm not running 7 blocks. It's just not happening. So I'm like kind of halfway running, and my brothers are trying not to leave me, but at the same time, we're all terrified out of our minds and trying to get home as quickly as possible. And I'll never forget, we cut into, because before we were on the commercial street, we cut into where the houses were, and we're screaming and we're terrified, and I'm out of breath, and I'm like, these guys are about to kill me, whatever, right? And somebody yelled out from their house, "Is everything okay? Are you all right? Do you need me to call the police?" And that had such a calming effect on me. I immediately said to myself, "Hey, your parents are not here, but they're other adults, and they're not gonna let anything happen to you. It's okay, right? Just walk home." Like, it had such a calming effect. I said, "No, we're okay, but thank you," right? I didn't even tell her to call the police. I was just like, everything's gonna be all right, right? And we still ran the best we could to the western way home. But I always remembered that as a kid, when I felt like I was alone and that I was gonna be seriously harmed, an adult speaking out and directly saying, "Hey, are you okay? Do you need me?" was it gave me such a sense of relief. And I carry that now with me in adulthood. Like, if I see something, then I say something. Like, I'm the type who'll like see something out my window and come out and be like, "Yo, what's going on?" Don't just pretend you don't see it, because there might be a kid that really needs your help. And as an adult, it's your responsibility to step in, even if there's danger, even if there's a potential for harm to come back to you. You have a responsibility as an adult to step into that situation. Don't just leave it to the kid to deal with it. On the elders, so when I got old and strong, I looked out for him. Nice. Nice. Oh, so you threw a pan at a wall? Ooh, that's rough. Kitchen got to be the most fury-inducing job I've ever had, and I teach inner city kids. 7 a.m. to 4 a.m.? Crazy.
And that is exactly why I am here. Why fate has put me right by the door to the King Crab. So
King
that I
Crab.
Can reach you
I feel like that's familiar to me.
About the marvel that is the Fabulous 5. The invitation to join is yours. Grab it.
Tell me about the Fabulous 5.
Oh, the Fabulous 5. How
Did
I
he just
simply saying the words that
do something crazy
the
with
most
his hands?
illustrious and celebrated Adventurers Guild in Riverlon. Our mission: to better
Ran
the
away
world.
from home? Oh, you ran away from home?
To better ourselves as we do so.
Kind Indian family went out of their way to bring me in and feed me and call the police to get me home. Nice. Yeah, I tried to run away from home as a kid because I felt like my dad was mean to me and my mommy wasn't paying attention. So I actually packed some things, and there was a Dunkin' Donuts up the street. So I left the house and basically said, I'm gonna go ask for work at the Dunkin' Donuts, and I'm just sleep and live there until I make enough money that I'll be able to get in my own place. I was like 7, I think, but I was determined. I was like, they're definitely going to give me a job, and this is definitely going to be the future, and I'm never going to come back home. My mother sent my brother out to come get me, and he came. He came to me. He was like, "Mama said come back home." I came on back home. I think my dad beat me when he got back as well. Wolf, what up, man? Yeah, I'm getting the dogs run to do. Merry Christmas to you as well. I was on your stream a little bit earlier. I didn't say anything though, because I knew I wasn't going to be that long. But it's good to see your DOS 2 stream still going strong, dude. I'm looking forward to you doing some video content on them as well. Hope you had a Merry Christmas, man, and you got some nice things. I know, like Gordon Ramsay always be stripping out, flipping out. Exactly. 7-year-olds landed on that hustle. Absolutely. Hustle is Hustle. Hex. Yep.
You'd like nothing more than to enlist, wouldn't you? Of course you would. And you can. Of course, if you still have questions, I shall answer them to the best of my abilities. But if not,
the Fabulous Five. So what is it that members of the Fabulous Five actually do?
What a gem of a question. Straight as an arrow, sharp as a switchblade. Most meritorious of you.
What do you like about being a chef, Malthus?
Now, to join the Fabulous Five is to join a fellowship, to join a fraternity, a sorority, a community. The title of Knight is bestowed upon you the moment you sign our waiver, and so it all begins.
Waiver isn't spelled correctly.
I shall be the one to give you your first contracts, and once the job is done, I shall see to it you get your fair share of the reward. Of course, should you spread the word, should you propagate the gospel of the Fabulous Five, and thereby draw new knights into our fellowship, you will get a share of the reward from their contracts too. Isn't that wonderful?
Luke, I have made almost zero progress in this stream. Yeah, when on the next stream, I'm gonna have to flip it and be like, "Yo, y'all, I'm not gonna be as talkative. I gotta actually get through this playthrough at some point." Hey, Sniper, I'm glad you enjoyed the conversations, though, man. I hope you all have been enjoying it, despite the lack of gaming progress.
By now, the genial glow of the fellowship must have warmed your heart. It has, hasn't it? But did I say fellowship?
The stream is the deep Divinity stream.
For like a family, we support one another.
5-5 give advice on fashion to straight men. Last time I saw them on TV.
Glory and defeat. Work hard. Fulfill contracts. Enlist new knights, and swiftly shall you rise through the ranks. You
want to cook for your mother, Malthus? Nice.
Rivellon. You will make the stars shine all the brighter, and you'll get fabulously wealthy in the process. What's not to like?
I'd like to enlist.
Of course, of course, of course.
He was
all
like,
you need to do is sign this waiver, and just like that, snap! You're part of the family. All I need is your lovely little autograph. What do you say?
Join the guild, better the world, earn a lot of gold. Yes, count me in.
And me. May all the riches in the world be ours.
Oh, you just watched my video on Skull, Greg? Awesome. What'd you think? Really enjoyed this game with the huge accepting of the Tenebrium mine. Why didn't you like the mine, Kaiser? Night Wine Guide, have a good one, dude.
Marvelous. Magnificent. Oh, but what am I
Did you dislike the Divinity trailer, Hex?
The word. You may not realize it yet, but your fortunes, your very life.
Nice, Greg. I hope you enjoy it, man.
So let us not dilly-dally. To business. Your first assignment is ready and waiting if you're ready and willing.
Hey. Yeah, I agree, Luke. That's why I usually avoid those topics on the stream. I don't want to talk about the same old things that are just going to get a whole bunch of people riled up, and they're never going to agree anyway. What's the point? Tell me about... Can I sign up the sailors? Let's see. I met some sailors looking for a job. Perhaps they could join the fellowship.
You found new recruits already? Efficient. Proactive. Oh, I like that. Send them to me and I'll sign them up. And of course, since they're your recruits, you'll get a share of every assignment they complete.
This is hilarious.
Just fabulous.
Tell me more about the Fabulous Five.
What more is there to say, my friend? You are one of us now.
The mines require some finesse with invisibility moves. The guards are indestructible. Oh! Well, I have to keep that in mind. Love it, but it's so gory. It's different than other gory trailers I've seen. Yep, I agree with that for sure. About my assignment.
It's a pretty straightforward task, this one. Now, in this town dwells a wizard. Ahu is his name, and he's a frightful eccentric. Scientific type, you know the kind. Favors reason over faith and all that.
Multi-level religion.
Material, him. His experimental weapons may keep a couple of skeletons away from the city, but many of his other researches failed. Malfunctioned with tragic consequences. One of them was a big lumbering apparatus. A frightful automaton shaped like a giant made of steel. It was supposed to crush the undead by the dozens, piloted as it was by a trained legionnaire. But you can guess what happened. Did it become sentient? Was it cursed? Whatever the cause, the thing relieved itself of its pilot and headed north towards a network of caves.
Uh-oh.
Now ask yourself, what if it comes back? It could smash the city walls and claim 100 lives before being subdued. Luckily, there are those in this world who belong to the Fabulous Five. The braves who eat such monstrosities for breakfast. Go, my friend. Find this wizard's abomination and claim your just reward from Mayor Cecil in the name of our hallowed guild. Easy money.
Yeah, I don't know why Larian decided to put those sexual interactions in the trailer for the festival, but I think it's going to be a sign that this game is going to have more fun time than any other game they've done. And hey, I'll take it. After watching Game of Thrones, I think I'm inured to violence in media. Game of Thrones was fun times. Fun times. All right, let's see. Fab Five. That's Guardian. Yo, appreciate you following me over on Twitch, dude. Glad you're enjoying the content. Fab Five. Do you have an overall Pathfinder beginner guide? Yeah, I do. I got tips for Act 1. Look at that video. You know what? Did I ever do a new player guide thing for Pathfinder Wrath of Rising? I don't think I did, but I did do tips specific for an act. So like Act 1 tips, things of that nature. Easy money equals evil money. I don't disagree.
Hello. I suppose you're here to viciously interrogate me for information I don't have. Like our noble Captain Aureus before you.
Tell me about yourself.
I am the Duke of Ferrell. Though I suppose my name is in the mouths of enough ruthless gossipers that you've heard of me by now.
What do you know about Jake's murder?
It's very tragic news. I won't posture and say that the Chancellor and I were anything near allies, but I truly never wished the man harm.
I'll take my leave. Medora, who are you?
Back, demon! Back, or I'll... Well, what's this? Oh, Medora, you lummox. 1,000 pardons, comrade. This old bear's edgier than a dodecahedron these days. I'll tell you, it sure does me good to set eyes on another of our order. From Academy West, aren't you? Give Captain Wartruce my regards next time you see him.
Who'd you say you were? I don't recognize you from the Academy. Your subclass guys for Rather Rights are super. They help me with numerous bills. Nice. I'm glad to hear it. Did y'all ever find RPGs or other games expanding your vocabulary? Yeah, I end up looking up words while playing all the time. Pathfinder Overworld Map Guide, Gilded. I do what I can. I do what I can. Awesome. Glad to hear it, Greg. Nurgle, if you fail him, he will force a stomach mount, which forces out your organs by puking them out, and then make multiple entities burst out of your pores. That's crazy. I'm looking forward to what havoc Nurgle causes in Dark Heresy. Someone who's just getting into Pathfinder is utterly overwhelmed with analysis paralysis. A new player guide would be awesome. I could see myself doing that. I'll have to look at that, DSR. Who did you say you were? I don't recognize you from the academy.
You wouldn't. I trained up in Academy North, after all. We don't cross paths.
You agree,
Westerners
Greg?
all that often.
Got you.
But it's always a pleasure when we do. Medora's the name. Retired. Or so the Order keeps trying to tell me, but never out of commission. My hand to your cause and my sword at your side.
Eastern Europe's under $3 games on Steam. What's up, Dweedle? How are you, dude? None of the Chaos Gods are worth following. I feel like Slanesh is gonna ensure I have good times. Come on now. Thought I was used to fictional violence too, but then I watched Bone Tomahawk. Hey, I never saw that. I hadn't heard of another Source Hunter being assigned to Cecile. What are you doing here?
Heavens hornets. That's quite a story, comrade. And come to think of it, one that might concern you. See, I'm here on, well, let's call it a loan from a town to the north of here. Hunter's Edge by name. There's been an attack there, comrade. Orcs. Not your run-of-the-mill savages either, but ones who've taken dark magic to new heights. What they want in Hunter's Edge, I can't say, but it's my responsibility to send them packing. Preferably with their horns in their suitcases and a knee-knocking fear of ever crossing paths with a sauce hunter again. I came south seeking the Legion's help, only to find it tied here in Cecile. They don't have a spare soldier to send northward.
What's wrong with
Even in my
Slanesh, Malthus?
finest form, I can't clear the place of that many orcs without backup.
Orcs attacked your village? How did you manage to escape?
By the skin of my teeth, comrade. The savages were rounding up villagers when one of them activated a tripwire on our village wizard's property. Fortunately for me, that particular wizard has a penchant for things that go boom.
Nurgle is worth following. He's a lovable guy. Korn also just really loves fighting, so he just makes his followers crazy skilled combatants. Oh, sure.
Have you ever had the fortune challenging the fabled wizard of Hunter's Edge?
The Ministratum would like a word. I think Nurgle gets most of his mortal followers when they are facing death due to illness. He saves them away. That's true. Oh, you haven't played this before, Dweedle? Definitely you want to play this before Divinity comes out. Someone did an animation of what happens when you fail Papa Nurgle. It is grotesque. The stomach mouth. Yeah. See? Exactly. Slanesh. Slanesh is the way to go. When you first want to start saving, do $5 a month. Yeah, my problem isn't the saving. My problem is the spending the saving. Stockholm Syndrome with Nurgle.
I managed to wrench free of my captor's grip and flee toward the forest. He pursued me for miles, but I'd lost him before I made it into the Cecile hinterlands.
What's your next plan of attack?
Well, comrade, I hadn't thought of it till you tapped my shoulder just now. But perhaps that's where you come in.
Sure.
I need a contingent I can trust if I'm to take back the town. And the way I see it, you could use reinforcements here in town. I've been scouting Cecile for some time now, and I believe I've sussed out sufficient intel to help solve the murder of the counselor. With our minds and swords in tandem, we'll make short work of the perpetrator.
What evidence of source in Cecile have you found thus far?
More than I'd hoped, comrade. I don't know what in tarnation's gotten into the townsfolk here, but there's enough dark magic running roughshod to topple a small mountain. There's Mayor Cecil's doings for one, and the mysteries of our master Thalron for another. And on top of it all, the feline menace is lurking at every hearth and shadow.
Interesting. Tell me about the feline menace.
You mean you don't already know, comrade?
Money,
Your
dogs,
kind
and
can
cats
see in
are
the
all
dark.
I'm good at.
It ain't natural.
Distracted playing 90s and 2000s adventure games. Awesome. Tell me about Mayor Cecile.
Don't get me wrong. I think the mayor's a decent
Nurgle is
sort.
just better than you pleasure
Can't
crazy
get
idiots.
fucked
Stop
with
it.
his own nose. But from what I've heard whispered around the docks, The old guy's gotten himself mixed up in something not quite on this side of the law.
Uh-oh.
I suspect an illegal sauce artifact or substance is at the root of it, but exactly what or who's given it to him, I can't say. And since I haven't technically been assigned to Cecile, I don't have the authority to interrogate him.
Tell me about Thaleron.
Fella seems like a humble doctor, but I bet my sword he's dealing in something darker than splints and tonics. A loose-lipped fishmonger let slip that she'd seen our good doctor scale the city wall on 2 separate occasions. Well past midnight each time. What business could he have among the undead?
Southern voice actor in a Belgian video game is not expected. Yeah, I'm really appreciating the Southern accent.
Careful now. Your head's very
Oh, yeah, I forgot to mention that. But yeah, Disco Elysium is free on Epic right now. That's super cool.
Hardly the habit of an innocent
By
human, I'd say.
how do you determine that Slanesh is the weakest chaos god, Hex? So that's your proposition. You help us here in Cecile, and we help you take back your home village thereafter?
Well, you know the old expression. 2's a tea party, 3's an invasion. I know this place like the back of my hand by now. And the orcs up north will be short work for a trained-up trio of sauce hunters.
A fantastic plan. With 3 source hunters working in tandem, we'll put an end to all the evils bent against this fair land.
Another source hunter on the team will make us all the more formidable against this wicked magic. Welcome aboard, Medora.
That's the spirit. Listen closely now. Do you hear it? That's the sound of every orc and sorcerer in a 100-mile radius.
So she's a companion. Split the party by dragging the porches away from one another, breaking the chain that connects them. Create groups in your party by dragging the porches together. Yeah, that's fine. Same way it works in DOS 2. Okay, so she is a companion. Lovely.
Tell me, Alistair.
I was about to say.
Never saw you in the
Wow.
king crab before. You're welcome to scratch me behind the ears if you like. I won't scratch back.
Slanesh is way younger than the other 3, and that way the other 3 have way more influence. I don't feel like it's established that Slanesh is the weakest of the gods. Basically got the whole Eldar. Exactly. Yeah, Slanesh swallowed up the entire Eldar. Like, there's no way that she's automatically the weakest god. So your god turns and falls to the chaos spawn, overwhelming a mortal servant with too many gifts or blessings. Yes, causing their physical and mental form to collapse into a mindless, ever mutating abomination. Sounds like someone who's extremely powerful to me. Young and powerful. Isn't that a blessing? At the moment of Slanesh's birth, she was the strongest chaos god in existence. That sounds more appropriate to me. They are ever shifting, in my opinion. I can definitely see that as well. Why does it say I've already asked? Who are you? Who are you?
I am Unsinkable Sam. At least that's what they call me around here. Used to be a ship's cat, but the clipper I was on sank when I was the only one to wrestle himself free from the waves. The people here were kind and took me in, being the king crab's foremost patron ever since.
Tell me about the ship you were on.
A magnificent ship she was. Used to belong to a pirate, I was told. Unlike me, she didn't prove to be unsinkable, though. We hit the cliffs right neath the lighthouse. Not very apt a name for that building, I must say, for no light was shining from it. The moment I hit the water, I writhed around like I would on a hot tin roof. By some miracle, I managed to reach the beach, covered in kelp and smelling worse than a fish's funeral parlor. But I was alive, and that was more than anybody else could say.
You were the only survivor?
So I was. What friends I had. They drowned alongside the rats.
Excellent question, Pounder. How do you measure strength on that scale?
Not that I have it bad here, mind you. I've milk and fish aplenty. Most folks will pet me kindly, and when one of the village girls holds me tight against her ample bosom, I purr up a storm. But I do long for a companion of my own kind, and in that regard, there is no one like Maxine.
About Maxine.
Maxine. The mayor's darling pet. So gentle, so fair a feline. The grace of her whiskers, the subtle palette of dyes in her sable coat. She's
thought of naming a cat Unsinkable Sam.
She likes me. I know she does. But when I declare my love, she backs away. I don't know why. I have serenaded her and braved many a bucket of water for my efforts. But for some reason, she is not to be swayed.
I have some questions for you. What's your take on the undead?
People make a fuss about them because they endanger the lands around the city. They never bother me when I'm out for my monthly walk, though. But still, I do test them. I mean, they're so unnatural, aren't they? Cats can have 9 lives, but humans are only entitled to 1.
Can you tell me more about the orcs?
Oh, don't mention orcs to me. Worse than dogs, that lot.
Uh-oh.
Sank Walrus Willie's boat right from under him. Best anchovy fisher in the world he was. Lost to us all.
Take my leave. Hilarious.
Purring sound. Mind control vibrations, I'm sure. Don't be seduced, comrades.
Do I seem like the sort who concerns myself with such things?
You'll be concerned enough when you realize that reward money won't be lining your pocket.
Alistair. All right, you all. I think I'm going to go ahead and call it a night here. I do have to get up in the morning, so I want to make sure that I'm ready. Up bright and early. I do plan to stream sometime tomorrow. So most likely I should be back on without a problem. But if not, I will absolutely be back on sometime Saturday. Regardless, I hope all of you enjoyed this stream today, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Yep. Night, Duito. Night, Sarah Bonde. Merry Christmas, everyone. You all have a great night. Yep. Take care, Asgardian. Welcome to the channel. Night, Geo. Night, Sierra. Take care, Dragon. Night, Quintek. Night, Dapper. Take care, Hex. Always good to see you. Merry Christmas, everyone. Have a good night. Yep. Night, Malthus. Take care, dude. Night, Tito. Night, Rob. Good night, everyone. Hope you all have a good night. Night, Pounder. Happy holidays, everyone. Merry Christmas. Night, Greg. Hope you enjoy Scald, dude. Let me know your thoughts on the game. If you got any issues with it, just give me a call.